And we're on.
I mean, it's not like he's actually going to hear us talking about him. I mean, fuck's sake, he dips out. He's always got the best puns and the likes of it for the start of the show. And all of a sudden, sorry, I've got to dip out. I've got things to do. Fucking Reaper, honestly. Wait, are we live?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, shit!
Season.
Cancel him. Cancel him.
I'm telling.
Help!
There is no help for you.
And there was never any help for me.
Oh, first time now? I think it is Now's first time.
Hey, Nal, how you doing?
Anyway, hi everyone. Hi girly. I can't read right now. Girly, yeah.
KK.
And now, how you guys doing? Welcome to the D&D session.
Hello.
It is my last session for the month before we switch back to Cam, the forever DM. No, you're not forever DM anymore. I took that from you.
Thank fuck. I was voluntold.
Now's alive playing Arkham. That's Arkham Knight. Yeah, I'm not done for good. Because I realized I should probably enunciate that. Me and Cam are switching every month, every 4 sessions technically, because sometimes we've had to skip to trade campaigns to give each other a break. Mostly Cam, because Cam works too hard and he already has 2 sessions. And 2 campaigns.
my brain dies on a regular basis.
Yeah, so I'm trying to help.
I much appreciate it.
Yeah, we've had to
I'm
put
trying
off
to make
a
it
couple...
worse.
First stream I made it to where Jelly isn't accidentally muted. Fuck you. I hate it here. I'm going.
I muted mine. I muted on mine.
Someone had to.
Awesome.
Oh damn it, Booble.
My bad.
But yeah, so we're gonna go from Lessons of Death to Aftermath of a Calamity soon. I was gonna say something and I can't remember what. So, yeah, how are you guys doing? Oh yeah, I remember. I was gonna say the reason we had to skip a couple weeks is because I wasn't feeling good 2 weeks ago, and then we had too many no shows. We still got a no show today, but we had too many last time to wrap things up. So, yeah, well, we're gonna finish it today.
That's gonna be finished.
Hmm?
I'm agreeing with you.
Don't talk with your mouth full.
Cam,
Bitch, don't tell me what
whatever
to
you
do.
have in your mouth and the talk.
Take the cock out of your mouth. I say with my mouth, with food in my mouth.
No, what? Don't fucking tell me what to do.
How are you guys doing?
Yes.
Yes.
No, I'm good. Happy to
Yeah.
student do.
I know I've been too neglected
Oh,
when it
that's
comes to
loud.
D&D. Hey Cam, what are you drinking with your food?
None of your fucking business, Jelly. Holy shit.
Yeah, fuck Lord. Fuck
Hey, you
so.
can't just ask people if they're drinking.
Yeah, that's rude.
That's
I
so
was gonna
rude, Jelly.
say,
What the
I
fuck?
think you could recommend a good drink for me to have with my food.
Oh,
Oh,
you're just crying.
well, I'm glad that you asked. I just spit those jellies out fucking quick enough. Those are the only jellies I'll be spitting out. Why?
Hey, to hear.
You took my line.
That's what you fucking get.
Well, what I want to
Yes.
get is your recommendation.
Well, I'm recommending Glitch Energy because
What's
they've been
Glitch
nice enough
Energy?
to. Well, they've been nice enough to allow us to be affiliated with them, and I couldn't recommend them enough.
Nice.
Okay.
Glitch Energy is a fantastic gamer energy drink boost, and quite honestly, probably one of the better ones that I've actually had. They've got excellent flavors in stock, such as Visceral Reaction, Nerdies, Smurf Juice, one of Bubblegum's favorite flavors, which is Karen Tears.
No, I'm not over the lice comment.
And on top of that, right now, they're actually offering a BOGO offer, which is you buy 1 tub, you get an extra tub free. Extra tubs such as Bunnyberry Oasis, Quest Item, Level Up Lemonade, and probably one of my favorites, Glitch Fam. And while other...
bunnies were involved.
And while most other energy drink wholesalers will try and push their products on you filled with sugars, colors, and other icky things that even as an AI from the future, I don't understand, Glitch Energy doesn't believe in all that. Their drinks have no fillers, artificial colors or flavors, no maltodextrins, and for those of you watching your weight, it's keto-friendly, vegan-friendly, and gluten-friendly. And for those of you who are worried about shipping and all that sort of stuff, needn't worry because it's manufactured in the good old US of A. And if you're worried about not being able to get it because you don't live in the US of A, don't worry about that because it's shipped internationally as well. So, don't wait on bated breath. Head on over to Glitch Energy and sign up for their newsletter to get 15% off of your first order and that BOGO deal that they've got going on. And if you use the code KAMBIT10, that's KAMBIT10 with all of your orders, you can get up to 10% off of any future orders that you place with them as well. So head on over to glitchenergy.com and tell them that Gambit sent you.
I had to allow that in chat, so now it says bubblegum added permitted term drink my piss.
Yep. Yeah, so we got
What?
someone we got someone in chat who's really cool. And their name is Nalfunction Glitch. So Nal said, I heard drink Glitch Energy and questioned why people want to drink my piss. Like, what? I like how your first assumption, Glitch, was that you assumed that if there was a liquid of you, it would be your piss. You know, you couldn't make, gamer girl water. Bath water.
You couldn't have just said "come" to make make the joke that everyone makes.
But that was too
it'd be
typical.
boring.
I've always said that I took a drink and that's trying to choke me. I've always said that I've always said that if I made an energy drink, I wanted to be ADHD focused because caffeine doesn't work on ADHD. It just makes you sleepy. So I wanted
That's
to.
what brain implosion is for.
No, it just makes
Brain
me sleepy.
implosion energy, 10,000
Guys are
grams
gonna
of
trigger
pure
now.
caffeine.
But yeah, I've noticed things like Gatorade wakes me up more than than caffeine does, and I'm like, okay, so there's got to be some like nutrients and chemicals, and like nutrients and stuff that could help wake up people with ADHD. And I said that if I do this, I want to get a great flavored drink, and I want it to be named after me, and I want it to be called Jelly Girl Bathwater.
I don't think anybody wants
You would.
bubble bath water. They would just get fur.
Bubble bathwater.
Just fur.
You're your own. You're basically encouraging him to drink. Oh my god, you're the Tide Pod equivalent.
You call this a drink? There's no steroids in it?
No.
Is that how you got your muscles, Brando?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very proud
I
of
have
it.
3 every day.
Oh my god.
How are you alive?
Now we need to make a Gaston version, but with Brandel, and it's like instead of 400 eggs to make him get large, he's like, he had 3 steroids to make me get large, but like with the straightest voice.
Don't worry, Cam had the same reaction when I told him what medication I was on.
Steroids?
No, it was like, how are you functioning?
I'm fully aware of the type of medication. I may not be a clinical individual. I am, however, fully versed and functional in the type of medication that bubblegum takes. I am surprised they are even able to talk.
It's like the one
Only
that
25.
it's like that one video where it's like someone's like, look at like the cocktail fruits of prescriptions I have. Very mindful, very demure. Look at all the different colors. Very colorful. Anyway.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome in. And then if it's your first time, get comfy because this is it. It's only gonna get worse.
Drugs.
No,
There we go.
no drugs.
I was waiting for it.
All right.
Fighting you.
All right, let's get started then.
Oh.
I crashed.
Welcome in. We were talking about piss and pain. Yeah.
Alright. So, last we left off with the party arrived in the city of Sharbury. Following the events since the sky first turned red and people seemed to change into murderous beings, the changed, who have forgotten who they used to be, Sharbury is in lockdown, when no one allowed to enter or leave unless proven to be of certain ranking. Upon entering Sharbury's lower district, an area of struggle and poverty, the party sees that the knights have bordered out the exits for the commoners, with the commoners protesting that they aren't getting any help with the change, many crying out that they had to kill their own without the help of the authorities. Among the commoners, however, a dragonborn leapt the barrier and immediately clung to Robin despite the danger. Robin immediately realized that this is
Danger that is Oz. Or not Oz, Phoenix.
Robin immediately realized this was Valkic, their childhood friend, who had been worried about Robin had been since they were not in Sharbury when the sky turned red. He was allowed to join the party, and they continued on straight to the upper military district where Robin grew up, so Robin can reunite with their parents, a changeling named Jirai and an elf named Keenan, as well as another one of Robin's childhood friends, Sven, a half-orc who was the daughter of the head of the military district and a major of the knights in Sharbury. At the suggestion of Robin's mother, Jirai, she encouraged Sven to convince her father to allow the party to oversee the meeting between the district heads the following morning, as they tried to determine how to respond to the calamity. Once the party was fed and brought to guest rooms to rest, Isha decided to find Robin and Valkic, who were roommates for the night. Who were roommates.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
No.
My god, they're roommates.
Where she revealed to them that she was the princess of Lishara, who ran away to avoid being placed into an arranged marriage with the man she loved because she learned he was gay and didn't want to force him into a loveless marriage, nor out him due to the strict rigidity and discrimination of the kingdom of Lishara.
Bitches.
Despite their worries, Robin and Valkic were happy to have Isha's knowledge and diplomacy for the upcoming meeting. And grown excited, Robin has decided to gather some of the party members for their plan. And Roy is probably sneaking around. And this is where we left off. So, what would you guys like to do? How are you going to continue things?
So, Valkic, I'm assuming that we're probably going to go and get Roy first.
He kind of looks at you, and the mute dragonborn signs to you. Who?
Oh, right, you, okay, how do I describe him? Pale-faced, sort of bags under the eyes, messy hair, kind of looks like a raven nesting.
The homeless guy?
Yeah, that one.
Target acquired.
If that helps you, then yeah, the guy who looks homeless.
Yeah, he looks
I'm not talking
like,
about the big burly guy.
He looks like he is homeless, but then he slicks his hair back whenever he's trying to flirt with a woman.
That one scene in Osmosis Jones where he just like buffs himself up and slicks his hair back, dimples his chin. Walks around with a puffed up chest. It's like, steal any good wallets lately? It's like, yeah, we're gonna go get him first.
Do you remember where he's sleeping?
Well, yeah, we'll just knock on some doors until we find out who is who.
First, are you
Wanna
knocking on
note
Mr.
that
Sonia's?
I want to note that Roy didn't exactly wait around. He was already trying to go out the window.
Well, it'd be funny if he got snuck up on because he wasn't expecting the door knock.
Okay, so the hall that we're currently in at the moment, is that like just bedrooms?
Yeah, it's a full guest wing.
Okay, cool. All right. So Robin's gonna kind of just push their door through, just look around, see if anyone's sort of keeping watch, and then probably go to the door right opposite theirs and just knock gently.
Let's see, how badly do I want it to be? Roy's or not? Oh, it would help if I had. I know.
roll,
it would help if I had
roll.
dice.
Oh my god, get your dice up. What the fuck?
I know. I'm
This is
terrible.
why you need physical dice.
I do have physical dice, I just don't have any room to roll them.
That's why you need a dice tray.
I don't have a place for. I have a dice tray, I don't have a place to put it. I've told you this. Shut up!
Don't question me. Shut up.
Too much violence happening. We're not even rolling for initiative.
Robin has chosen to fight God.
So, Roy, whatever you're doing, your thoughts immediately get distracted because there's a knock on your door.
There's a quick clatter as he tries to quickly close the climb back in the window.
Valkik signing. Is he masturbating in there or something? I think
Yes,
he's getting
hello?
dressed.
What?
You can
Robin
hear
kind
him
of signs
signing.
back. Robin kind of signs back as he's talking through the door. He signs back just, I don't know, I've never really seen him do it on the road. And he leans in closer to the door, just, Roy! It's Robin, you in there?
Valkik's kind of
He's
signing
kind of
back.
like half.
Oh, God.
He's still like halfway in the window. It's like, yes.
You
What do you
sound
want?
like you're in... We're gonna go do something illegal? Would you call it illegal? He looks to Valkik. Would you call it illegal?
Valkik just kind of shrugs. We're already harboring a fugitive. He signs.
It's semi-illegal. We're gonna do something semi-illegal.
And what makes you think I, of all people, would want to
Roy,
follow
open
that?
the door.
It's a door locked.
I'm not talking through the door. I'm just gonna open the door.
Yeah,
He is nonchalantly leaning against the wall next to the window that is still open.
That's a really cool window. That's a nice view.
Insight check. No, Robin wouldn't have any reason to distrust him. Robin's just gonna just like open the door. Okay, does Valkik want to? Okay, well. Robin's gonna leave the door open slightly for Valkik to come in and just be
That's
like,
okay.
"Ah,
Valkik
yeah,
didn't
good
notice.
idea it is. Good idea. It is hot in this castle tonight."
Valkik just waves.
And you wanted to talk about what?
Like I said, closes the door over. Just like I said, we're planning to do something semi-illegal.
And again, what makes you think I would want any part of that? I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Look, I know that, but
Valkik
when
kinda
it
lets out
comes
that
to
snark sound.
just interrupted, like, what?
He shakes his head.
He-
He gets a feeling.
He's literally never done anything wrong since I've met him. In fact, if anything, he's been helping me try and chase after a criminal. Like, you remember that guy? The one that keeps leaving apples all around the scene whenever they rob the place?
That's a really fucking weird calling card.
I don't get it either, voice of Phoenix.
Oh god, he's talking to himself now. He really has lost it.
Hi, Daisy.
But yeah, but Valkik just kind of like tilts his head, like, yeah, I mean, he's heard about that.
Yeah, well, Roy was the one that was helping me try and find clues. We didn't find anything, but Roy was the one that was helping me find clues.
God, it'd be so funny if Phoenix was just flying out the window like, hey.
Hey, you know, what the fuck?
That would be so funny.
Hey, hey!
But
What?
yeah, but yeah, Valkik is saying, well, tell him what you're gonna do then. If he won't be a snitch.
Right, and he's not gonna be a snitch. It's fine. Right. So it's technically
That might
not
be a
illegal,
snitch.
but you believe me, if you were a snitch, we would have already been in trouble by now. No. It's not illegal, but technically it's going to be frowned upon. We're going to sneak into the lower districts, and we're going to try and find out some more information for all the people that are going to be talking at the meeting tomorrow.
Oh, is that all? Man, I thought you
Yeah.
were actually going to do something illegal.
Well, it's technically illegal because the guards don't want us really walking around there, and so technically illegal. It's not, but still, anyway. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we can get in there fairly easy. I saw Valkic running across the roofs. So if he can get out through the roofs, then we can get in.
Valkyrie starts to sign. Honestly, you might be able to just scale the wall in the middle district and end up wherever we need to be in the lower district. But obviously,
Robin
they
is
don't want
just
people
gonna.
hanging out. What?
No, go on. Sorry, I thought you were
Yeah.
done.
No, I was gonna say, but obviously they don't want people hanging out in the alleyways, so we just gotta be sneaky going back there.
Yeah, Robin's just gonna point to him signing and go, "Yeah, see."
He
No.
didn't understand me.
No, I don't.
Oh shit! Sorry. Oh, sorry. No, I'm so used to me and my dad just being able to
Translate,
talk
you
to
moron.
Valkyrie. She's gonna smack his hands. He's saying that we can. He's saying that we can just get in through the walls, like in the alleyways of the lower districts. So we can just hop those. We just got to be sneaky about it, because obviously the guards aren't going to want people hanging around the alleys.
Well, obviously. That's probably where they're looking for the possessed or whatever the hell is going on.
Valkyrie does look to Robin. Starts to sign. What is it exactly that we're trying to do in the lower district?
For some reason or another, he's asking what we're looking for in the lower district. For some reason or another, Fen didn't seem very knowledgeable about what was going on in the lower districts. So, my plan, we get in there, we kind of just fuss around, find out as much as what we can going on in there. We give it to Brandalf, Fenix, Isha, whoever, and we let them call them out.
Valkyrie thinks for a moment before he signs. Are you gonna be looking for you-know-who?
Robin's just gonna shake their head and just wave their hand dismissively. Just, look, out of all the people that are gonna be turned, possessed, whatever they are, and all the rest of it, Arrow's not gonna be one of them. I know that.
But he's the one who
I don't
gives
even
us
need to
information,
guess.
But we don't usually know who he is. We would have to look for his contact.
Yeah, but the problem with that is we also have to pay as well. He doesn't exactly offer mates rates. And Arrow's information is expensive, even for my tastes.
Unless...
If we come across him, we come across him. Unless...
Didn't he try to return a favor to someone by recommending them to you? Because they helped him out. Maybe he's willing to give them a discount. Because you're not exactly the best bargain.
I don't need to bargain. I have money. Why would I need to bargain?
I'm talking about just... He kind of gestures to all of you. He made someone be stuck with you. Maybe he realizes that it's not a fair price.
So what? I transform into the guy that he owes a favor to, and or owes him a favor, or
I'm just
I'm not
saying we
following
bring-
your logic, big guy.
I'm saying we bring the big guy, see if he'll convince him. Like maybe he deserves more for helping him. It just sort of looks like a lot of one-sided arguing.
I assume they're facing each other, not Roy.
Falcon's kind of like hip turned towards Robin.
Remind me, what did it look like under the window? Was it like a sheer drop, or is there like another roof?
It's a sheer drop. It's only like above where it starts to like above that floor. It starts to go inward. It's kind of like a cake layer. But you guys are only like on the second floor.
Okay, so it's not that big of a drop.
No.
Okay, but the big problem of us bringing Brandall along is that he's got to rest. You know, he's talking tomorrow. If he still wants to, I mean. And as you know, when I change, I don't exactly get taller. I just get stockier.
No, he just shrugs. I just don't think it's a good idea to be wandering around at night when everything is already chaotic down there. There's a lot of anarchy going on in there. It's not exactly safe. Or do you think everyone wants to get out?
Look, I'm quiet, you're quiet, Roy's quiet. Rickford can keep his mouth shut when he needs to. We'll be fine. If it makes you feel any better, we'll bring Tanner as well. Muscle?
Valkyk shrugs. He's just like, you make it sound like I know these people and their capabilities. That's up to you.
Yeah, I didn't think that through. Don't worry about it, big guy. It'll be fine.
I always worry, kind of like aggressively signs.
Just he just cups his hands. Just shush, 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 shush. Don't raise your fingers to me. It's rude.
He raises the middle finger.
He's just gonna turn back to Roy. Just so.
It's not the worst idea. You're gonna stick out like a sore thumb, though.
Oh, I can change.
Yeah, but do you know how to change how you carry yourself?
Okay, so is this a dig because I've got money, or are you just genuinely worried about me for a change?
No, I'm saying even if you change how you look, are you going to change how you act enough to not stand out?
I'm part
Not a
of.
dig, it's more.
Well, I'm part of Sharbury's investigating team for a reason. I'm a detective
that's
for
the
a
part
reason.
I'm concerned about.
Valkyk does sign. You do kind of. You're not exactly street smart.
Just looks at him with just the most offended look. Just, how dare you?
You went to university.
I was in the streets before I went to university.
Just
The
because you
DM, what
play-
is it, about a 20-foot drop?
I'd say about 25 feet.
Anything to grab on the way?
There's vines, but they're not very, like, they're not creeping up that high. They're not, like, thick ones. If you grab them, you'll definitely just rip them off.
Enough to slow my fall?
No. If you grab them, if you touch them at all, and you're definitely going to create a disturbance in the vines if you try to touch them. In fact, you probably can't even, like, climb down the wall without disturbing them, and, like, someone probably not noticing, especially if there's a patrolling.
Thank you for the alert, Rush.
I don't have the ability I need to do what I wanted yet.
Look, I'll be fine, okay? Trust me, I'll be fine. So, Roy, you in or out? You don't have to come. But do you want to?
Yeah, sure. I'll poke around the lower districts.
Great. Okay, now let's go get Tanner and Rickfer. Did anyone see which room they were in?
Good question. DM, did I?
Give me a history.
God, I only got a +1 in that. 15?
Yeah, you remember where everyone is. You know, where Tana's sleeping, where Brandle's sleeping. In fact, I think Brandle, where would you be sleeping? Would you be sleeping inside, or would you be sleeping outside?
I tried to sleep outside, but I'm on like the floor in one of these rooms.
Alright, yeah, you know where Rickford's room is, you know where Phoenix and Isha are sharing, you know where Rollo's room is, you know where Sanya's room is. What's that?
Roy will point out to each room in detail, be like, they're in that room, they're in that room, they're in that room. Randall's in that, or Brandle's in that room, and probably on the floor, because they wouldn't let him sleep outside.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, the main room is I don't want to go for is Sanyo, so he's gonna go to Rickfer's room first.
I just imagine Sanya appearing behind them like, wait, why not my room?
Ah! Why are you in Roy's room?
Reminding me of the board game Don't Wake Daddy.
I remember the commercial for that. They had like the theme song and stuff.
It scared the
Don't
fuck out of me
wake
and my
Daddy.
brother.
Don't wake Daddy.
Daddy will beat your ass.
No, they had
Daddy'll
that
have to
commercial.
punish kitten.
That was the commercial for like Nickelodeon. Like when I watched that as a kid, they had that. They had Hungry Hungry Hippos too.
Oh yeah,
Oh damn, them hungry hippos.
Mousetrap.
Love Mousetrap.
Anyone remember Gooey Louie?
Okay, we are way off track now.
Yeah, as soon as Cam starts mentioning board games, alright, fuck it, we're not interested.
No, I was like,
Are you talking about goo?
Yeah, Robin's gonna go to Rickfer's room. Just knock on the door gently.
As soon as just one knuckle grazes the door just slams open. I'm in, you son of a bitch!
How did you hear that? You're 2 doors down.
He probably had his ear pressed to the door the whole time, and you didn't shut my door when you came in, so that's kind
Yes,
of on
I
you.
did
Yeah,
actually.
he did. He did
Oh,
mention
did
it.
he? Oh, never mind.
Yes, I did. Fuck you.
Oh, like papers, you know?
You were outside the door again, weren't you?
No.
Insight check.
Insider. Okay, so insight for Robin, Rickford, deception or persuasion?
Ooh. Oh, I'm good at both. Lovely.
Yeah, it depends if you're lying or if you're like insisting you're telling the truth.
Okay, so that is +8. That's a 19.
21.
Shit.
So was he lying?
Yes. I mean, it was clear as day, but yes, he was lying.
No, it's... Uh-huh. Sure. Okay. Anyway. Come on, let's go get Tana. And Robin's gonna go knock on Tana's door.
Tana needs to unmute.
I'm unmuted. Did
Oh.
you? I missed it. I'm sorry. Did you say that you were knocking on Tana's door?
Yes.
Okay. Tana's a ray of fucking sunshine, and she just like creaks the door open and goes, What do you want?
We're gonna go sneak into the lower district to try and find out some information for everyone tomorrow. You want in?
Can I light someone on fire if need be?
Possibly.
No
Maybe.
repercussions.
I'll
As long
blindfold
as
old Robin if it helps.
the stipulation is they have to hit you first. Or at least try and strike you first, because then it's self-defense and I can't do anything against
Does their
that.
strike have to be unprovoked?
Strictly speaking... But I
Spoiler,
can
if you
always...
say no, then I'm in. But if you say that it has to be unprovoked, then I'm going back to bed.
I guess I could not be listening properly at the time.
She's gonna fling the door open and go, alright, I'm ready, let's go.
Oh boy. Okay, now guys, we gotta be subtle about it, okay? As he stares at Rickfa.
Define subtle. Elaborate.
No loud noises, no music, no screaming, no running around like a hyperactive moron.
So sneaky then.
Yes.
Yeah, you should be out then, huh, Rickford?
Oh, I'm really good at sneaking. You guys just
Not
never
quietly.
see me do anything.
I feel like you never shut up.
How do you think you guys never notice me go to different rooms?
You are such a peeping Tom!
No, I go when I need to get information. What am I looking at? I don't need to look at anything. I
You're
just
so
listen.
weird.
Oh, you don't know the half.
Is
of
he
the
fair
thing.
game for the fire too?
No, he's not.
Damn.
Anyone in this group specifically out.
I mean, if he deserves it.
See? See, Roy knows.
It's not happening. Okay, we need to be quick about this. We need to be in and out before the guards realize that we're missing, and before any guards in the lower district realize that we're in.
Oh, then you guys need to keep up then.
He just looks down like, wait, what do you mean? Gone.
God.
Damn it, Redford! Alright, Robin is going to use their changeling ability to shift their appearance, look more scraggly head, hood up, kind of barfy looking clothes and the likes. Just something that makes them look like really like lower population kind of thing.
Rick first just gonna grab one of his many disguise alongside with disguise self. The disguises that are just basically Team Rocket disguise. You obviously see that it's Rickford, but somehow they still work. That's what Rickford's disguises look
It's
like.
Roger from American Dad.
There you go.
You'll hate
That's
yourself,
a
but you'll
Rick
laugh.
disguise.
You know, typically
No,
you're supposed to do that after you leave where you don't want to be recognized.
Okay, but if we're leaving now, when we're not supposed to be leaving, why does it make a difference?
Because now you stand out like a sore thumb.
You always stand out like a sore thumb. So does Rick. Who the hell is this?
Roy's gonna quickly pretty himself up a little, swipe his hair back like he was, like they insinuated earlier, having no idea they already called it.
Back is just saying, like, I told you he does it. There's no women.
Would like-
Oh, no, wait, there's her. He kind of points to Tana, so.
Let Phoenix and Isha know where we're going.
No, Phoenix and Isha are going to be talking tomorrow.
Okay, so everyone talking tomorrow. We're leaving out of this part.
Just for the moment, they need the rest. We, not so much. We just need to make sure that we get the information to them when they actually go to the meeting tomorrow.
So, bad DM rules, but I'm gonna go to the bathroom, so try not to make any rolls. I will be right back.
Players panic because no rules
God,
are
it's
allowed.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Everybody make random rolls to confuse her when she comes back.
Okay, I'm gonna need.
imagining all the characters going into T poses while they wait.
I'm gonna roll an intimidation check.
Oh my god, I'm gonna roll a probably a deception.
I'm rolling stealth.
Rolling spells. Be
Rolling
careful because you
medicine.
might.
15 for stealth. I don't think she's
7
very
on
stealthy.
medicine.
I'm just
Oh,
gonna roll for
rolled it.
charisma. A charisma saving roll.
Well, you'll obviously pass that one. You should do one that's so out of character
Ooh,
that it
I
leaves you
got
questioning what
16.
the hell's happening.
Who the fuck is deceived right now? It's probably myself.
You deceived yourself. He just puts on a fake mustache, looks in the mirror, and goes.
You know those glasses with the like large nose and the mustache under the nose? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm imagining, by the way.
That's what Richter is wearing. He's just wearing the glasses, the fake mustache.
Fucking perfect, love it.
He still has like the red hair, everything. He's still wearing his normal clothes. He's just wearing like the mustache. Just
Oh,
the little
oh,
poncho
clown
on top
wig.
of it.
Pound leg. Be perfect.
Just you wait. You'll have the sombrero very soon.
Even more cultural appropriation. Brando, make a random roll quickly.
I'm rolling a joint.
Oh my god!
You can't say that on stream.
You can't
In
you
Minecraft.
can't promote it.
You can. It's fine. If you're
Roll a
emoting.
wisdom throw.
Yeah, roll a wisdom throw. Just everyone
Perfect.
panic the fuck out when she gets back.
Can I ask her if I'm stealthy? If I'm sneaky now?
I would like to summon Frumpkin. Make
God,
him do a little
no.
dance.
He's a cat. He's a kitty cat. And he does sense, and he does sense. He's a cat. He's a kitty cat.
I still remember that one time that somebody in our main campaign got teleported to the astral plane for a second, and Tasara's like, oh hey, how you doing?
Oh.
Okay, it's a
I
wisdom
also-
saving throw.
What did I say? No rules.
Everything went to shit. I'm sorry. I tried
I'm
to
on-
stop them.
I'm on
Jelly-
death saving throws.
Jelly,
I
do
have
they
3
pass-
hit points left.
Jelly, am I sneaky now? Do they know I'm there?
I broke apart the castle. I'm so
I got a
sorry.
7 on my medicine check. Am I still bleeding?
Hate you guys.
You're dead.
That's it. Campaign's over. New party takes over. Anyone in chat?
Robin Jr.
No, not you guys. I'm looking at
I
chat
will
now.
avenge my father.
Maybe Cherry wants to play. You ever think about that?
Just the tiger.
Do you want to play D&D?
No, if Phoenix dies, you're required to make Cherry, but Tiger one. Just
The
a regular,
panther.
just regular. Was he a panther? I thought he was a tiger.
Yeah, no, he was a panther.
Cherry is in everything.
He was a panther with a missing leg, and he was a panther with missing leg, and
goofy ass one.
outverted crossy eyes. Yeah, the one who sits there instead of like
Yeah, you just
growling
have to
or
be, like, an
meowing, he
actual
just
big
goes.
cat. You just have to be an actual big cat, not a leone, not a bat. You're just a cat.
Oh, this cat looks sick.
Did you guys get anything done while it's gone?
No, we didn't
You
know
got
what to
ton of
do.
it.
We're not allowed to roll for anything.
You guys can just go start making your way towards the thing.
We're not
that's
done.
what-
You
We're
guys
yeah,
are
not
role playing
done,
this whole
Ryan.
time.
Okay, well, we were role playing the fucking victims because you left us.
DM's just pissed at us, so we're getting yelled at.
Do exactly
You
what
guys
she
wanna see their
says.
place? I will kill them off.
Oh.
We're already on our way out. We're sneaking out.
Okay.
Well, Robin, yeah, Robin's sneaking out.
I assume you guys making your way, being sneaky all the way
Downtown?
through. I will
Walking
hurt you.
fast.
Technically, you are downtown. You're
Face
at
is
the...
back.
I'm
You're at-
homebound,
Shut up!
and I
That's the
need you.
narration.
Sorry.
Hey, I wasn't even in the party yet, so don't yell at me. You guys are getting yelled at because you didn't add any narration or anything. fun
Mom's
with
yelling
this
at
stuff.
us.
I'm gonna kick all
They
your
made me
butts.
do it, Jelly.
Not Mom, it's a guy. It's Brian.
What?
In my chat, he's yelling at you guys because you didn't do anything. You didn't give any sustenance.
Oh, well, sorry, Mom.
Anyway. So yeah,
Yes,
you
we're gonna
guys
make our way
eventually-
out.
Yeah, you're gonna, I'm assuming you guys make it all the way to the military district. There are guards about patrolling. There isn't exactly a curfew, though. But still, they don't really expect to have a lot of people wandering around. They are definitely gonna question you, trying to see what you're doing.
So we hit them very hard, right?
No,
As hard as you can.
we're not hitting them.
So Roy's gonna sneak off from the party right away.
Do we notice this?
You give me a stealth.
Oh boy, I'm good at that.
And everyone else give me perception.
Oh, I'm not good at that.
Stealing the Pegasus. all over again.
26.
17.
22.
Okay, so it would be 22, but it's a nat 20 plus 2.
Yeah, no, it's just him. He gone.
Well,
Wait, what did he roll?
A nat
26.
20.
That wasn't a nat 20.
I mean, if the die hits a 20 and I have a plus 2 on extra.
It's not Baldur's Gate.
Wait, so oh shit. So
yeah,
wait, so
nat
is it
20s or don't automatically mean a success, and nat 1s don't automatically mean a fail.
Oh, so is it just a success then?
No.
No, you fucking failed. He rolled higher than you.
Oh, fucking Baldur's Gate. Oh my god, it's ruining
He
me.
just said.
It is ruining you.
Just said it's not Baldur's Gate rules.
Oh my god, help me.
You gonna play Twitch
There is no
Baldur's Gate?
helping you.
You're not allowed to play Baldur's Gate. That's the only thing that will save you.
Anyways, you were saying?
So apparently no one notices him. So
No.
yeah. So
Yeah,
Robin's
change
just
is
literally. Robin's literally just gonna turn around and go, "Look, I'm telling you, don't go. Where the fuck did Roy go?
There was a Roy?
There was.
What are you listening to?
He was here.
He rolled so high, you guys don't even remember he's in the party.
Who's Roy?
After he's gotten away from them enough, he'll dip behind some cover and use his disguised self to make himself look like a guard, and just keep walking like he belongs.
So what's the plan? Because I'm not permitted to do anything, because if I do something, it'll be a bad idea.
You're not permitted to. We need to be quiet. You're not. It's not. You're not allowed to do anything. You just got to be quiet about it.
Every time I do something, it works, but it's still a bad idea. So I'll just wait for you guys to do something.
Back is like,
Hey,
he's
we-
Frankie, does he want uppies?
No, I want Sabies.
He's signing it, so unless you can understand it.
I heard I want scabies.
Sleepies.
I second that. That's 100% what I heard.
Okay, good.
I was a little confused.
I hear sleepies too.
Okay.
No, I heard
Scabies.
scabies.
I
Yeah,
heard
okay.
eight, and it threw me way off.
Robin's literally just gonna be like, "Are we doing this right now? Do you want uppies?"
No, I want to know what we're doing before I do something.
Balky does like grabby hands down at Rick for like the offer's there.
We are going through the military district as quiet as we possibly can. We need to get onto the roofs, and we need to get into the lower district.
I could
Okay,
carry
so how
someone
are
if
we
they're
doing?
bad at climbing.
Are we just gonna walk through, or are we just... How are we doing it?
DM, what's the, like, the least conspicuous way for us to walk through the guards?
Look at these
Or
idiots
around
not
them.
having wings.
Look at this idiot not using his wings.
He would have if he was invited.
Sleep.
There are like kind of like
20-minute adventure.
kind of like partitions through the area every so often. There's supposed to be guards up there, but they're kind of spread thin.
He's gonna point to one of the partitions where the guards are thinnest. Just there. That way. We go that way. We go that way, we find an alley, we get up onto the roofs into the lower district. Find out as much as we can in an hour. And then get out.
And we're doing this grouped or separated?
Once we get in there, we'll figure it out. But right now, we need to get in there first.
I can just go through the front door, honestly.
You'll get seen.
Oh, I don't know if they will, and if they do, they won't even care.
Falco's already walking out to go towards the partition.
What are you talking about, Val?
He's just he picks up his hands to like sign over his head like, you guys are taking too long.
Fine, we'll follow your friend then.
Walk and talk. What do you... Walk and talk. He's following Valkick. Just... What do you mean they wouldn't see you?
Oh, I'm just too fast, and I'm too short. Do you think they look downward when they're walking?
I know not a lot of people look upwards, but I tend to look down quite a bit when I'm walking.
But you're not like them. They're too busy looking up their own asses. That was confirmed when I had to make them kneel at the front gates.
The sad thing is Robin can't even argue with that. It just kind of gives a face of...
Meanwhile, Valkick is working on climbing up the partition. It's kind of like one of those like brick walls that have like thick gaps of cement between that you could be able to reach your fingers through. He's not quite climbing to the top. He's kind of like, crawling over the doorway, archway kind of area without actually going on top, just in case there happens to be a guard going up. And also just to stay more in the shadows.
Robin will follow him.
He looks like he's done this way too much.
Nah, Rickford would just follow. He's trying to be as quiet as possible.
Alright. You guys are going to be climbing up along the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Give me an athletics check.
Oogie doogie.
Uh-oh.
Ah, shit. No, not
Or
you.
no. Wait, is it athletics or... no, acrobatics. No, I feel like it
that's
would be
better.
athletics.
Okay.
Actually, I'm kidding.
Is that for all of us going
Yep.
with? Or, okay. We're doing acrobatics, you said?
That's
Athletics.
cocked.
Oh, athletics, come on! I got a 21, I got a nat 20.
Look,
Make up your mind.
we always
voice
get
cock.
You said acrobatics and I went with acrobatics.
I said
technically,
I said athletics and then I said acrobatics and I was like, no, athletics.
it's too late. I rolled a 20. Come on, Jelly.
You can still use it, just you use your modifier on it.
My modifier is the same for both of them. It's just a +1 on both of them.
I rolled a 4.
Mine's
5 minus 1.
19.
You kind of fall. You try to climb up. You feel like you're making a lot of progress, but you really like Sid going up the wall in Ice Age. You thought you made a
Rapunzel
lot
and
of
Tangled.
progress, but you're only a foot up.
Oh my
Oh, come
God.
on.
Robin,
I'm not gonna.
You're supposed to be athletic.
No, I'm acrobatic.
So,
What did we forget?
19.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. What were you saying, Rick?
So, while they're struggling, how far has Roy gotten by now?
Your disguise of the guard are not really looking at their own. You're probably already waiting by the wall you guys were gonna scale already, just like, what's taking them so long?
Now Roy's going to proceed right into the lower district.
Oh, then you're gone. You're in the lower district.
Still said it. Yeah.
Yeah, Valkick's kinda looking back to see Robin struggling. Looks around, just drops down and kinda sneaks over. And, just lowers onto his, like, just crouches in front of Robin and, like, so that he can, piggyback on him.
Robin at this point is kind of just like all four limbs just like hanging onto a different part of the wall. And he just pouts, just lets go, and then just climbs onto his back silently.
But yeah, you guys managed to, stay against the wall where the guards can't see you. They don't notice you guys in the shadows, and eventually you're on the other side where, closer to the alleyway, next to one of the buildings.
Right, okay. Right. I don't know where Roy has gone. But I think Rickford's right. Maybe if we split up a little bit, we can find out quicker what's going on in the lower districts. And then we can just meet back here in like an hour's time.
Oh, good. Say no more. Rickford left.
And Rickford, by the way, where the fuck? What? Why do I bother? Why do I bother? Tana, stupid question, but you gonna be okay on your own?
Oh yeah, I'll be fine. Listen, I'm not the one you need to worry about. And she just like pulls her hood up and starts sauntering away.
Right, okay. As painful as it is for me to say, Valkick, let's go try and find Arrow.
Val's gone. I'm kidding.
Okay, I guess I'm just on my own then.
I'm kidding.
Just
Valkyck
shout it
just
out. Good luck trying to find anyone to translate, asshole.
Valkyck immediately, like, when you say you're gonna look for Arrowpin, she just immediately makes, like, a frustrated sound. He's just like, I told you we should have done that. We need to go to his contact first. She is the only one that ever knows where he's at. It'll take forever to find him otherwise, especially, you know how paranoid he is.
So where is his contact now?
She's in the magic district.
She's all the way on the other side of fucking Shire, right?
She's the one who owns that one alchemist shop, the Curious Concoction.
Yep, I know, I remember. Yeah, okay, fine. Never mind finding Arrow. Let's just survey the area, find out how bad things have gotten. If by some miracle upon miracles we come across Arrow, then we come across Arrow. If we don't, then at least we'll have something to give to the group tomorrow. Let's just go. Let's just get as high as we can, take a look at what's going on, and get as much information as we possibly can.
Alright. So we're gonna go from like left to right on my stream, so it'll be Roy, Robin, Valkick, Tana, and Rickford. In the meantime though, as you guys are in the lower district, it's not looking like it's always looked bad to you, Robin, but it looks really black and bad now. There's just the smell of death beginning to waft, it would probably smell worse, but the weather has been a little bit cooler, so it hasn't been hot. But you could definitely smell death throughout the area. You could see them, some of them in alleyways. Some have been on the streets, but the bodies have been pulled aside. There's puddles of blood, trails of blood. And even among all this, there's still people who can't even afford homes, even in a place like this. So you got people sitting around out of the way in the alleyways and corners. You can hear them coughing, trying to get some sleep for the most part. And you can hear some shouting in places. You even hear like the sound of glass breaking, like something's being broken into. But it's just that smell of death. It's not subtle, but it's just a kind of at that. It's kind of at that point where like it doesn't really go away. Your nose doesn't quite adjust to it, but it's not like overpowering either. It's starting to get bad. But the homes are run down. What's the word? Kind of like windy inside them. What's it called? Like there's like what's it called when like a home has like air that comes through it goes through it a lot easily.
Drafty.
Drafty. There we go. Yeah, just drafty, old, rotten homes. They're not even really homes for many of them. Some of them are just sheets of metal over planks of wood. There are some like wooden homes that are a little bit bigger, a little bit higher quality, but they aren't even really homes. It's more like they were originally the military shelters for storage, bunks, and the like, back during the war times and Sharbury's founding. They haven't really been kept after as easily. They are, well, but they are a little bit nicer. But despite the fact that this circles all of Sharbury, it pretty much all looks the same. And then you got, of course, the sewer system that kind of runs through some of the areas that you have to cross as you start going around. Alright, what are you up to?
Roy will be proceeding towards the tavern, specifically looking out for marks of a certain organization.
You're just looking for any kind of tavern?
Typically one in the rougher areas.
Okay. It takes you a little bit to find, because they're not exactly very common down here. But you do manage to find one called the Bad Rock. And the sign is just hanging by one coil of chain. The other one is broken off. And when it's called the Bad Rock, it's literal. It's just a rock, a circle. The sign is just a drawing of a rock with an angry face on it. And you imagine it's probably a little bit louder most times. Right now, it's pretty quiet for the most part. The lights from the lanterns and torches inside are shining through the window in the first floor of it. You can tell it's probably one of the military bunker areas during Sharbury's war times.
Alright. Any hidden marks around that Roy will know to look for?
Oh, I'm trying to keep my phone shut up. I wouldn't say that there's like any noticeable marks. I think that it's just it tries to blend in with everything else. Like they know it's really anything can be a hint, and so they're trying to hide the hints. Give me a perception roll, actually.
is my perception? There it is. 17.
On the windowsill, there's just a random knife just sitting there, rusted, old. It seems strange that it's still there untouched. You think someone would just move it out of the way to throw it out or something. At least put it on the floor, not on the windowsill.
Yeah,
That's
seeing
something-
that Royal,
Yeah, it's
seeing
something
that
most people
Royal head
focus on.
inside.
Okay. Inside the inn, like, do you just walk in, just go on your regular pace? Are you still a guard?
Oh no, he would have changed back as soon as he was down in the lower areas,
Okay. That would have been
ducking
funny.
in the place out of sight.
That would have been funny. But yeah, you just straight in?
Yep.
As you walk in, there are people that are just chatting with each other really lowly. They look tired, worn out. There's even like blood splatters on the floors and on the stairs. And one of the tables actually, where they're just ignoring it and drinking. They looks like they tried to wipe him down, but didn't have much luck. But they don't really seem to pay you much mind until you happen to step onto a creaky board, and then suddenly everyone looks at you.
Roy doesn't pay it any mind. He keeps walking. And goes right up to the bar.
The barman is an elf who wears an eye patch over his eye, has his hair tied back, and he looks like he's cleaning another blood splatter on there, but it's just staining the rag. And he kind of looks at you and just, "You new here?"
Somewhat.
"You're new." Someone
I've
steps
been
on
here
that.
before, just not here.
Someone steps on the board. They pay around for the whole house.
No. Well, how much is that?
20 gold. He's probably ripping you off.
How about 15?
Kind of looks around a little bit. He would have liked the extra gold, and he's probably still getting extra gold. But he can't really justify the higher price since it's not as busy as it usually is in there. He's like, "Alright, 15. And he calls the others. "Alright, everyone gets a free round on this guy." And goes to
Hooray!
yeah, they're just like, normally they'd probably be really loud, but they're just glad to get a drink to forget their problems. He pours an ale for you, Roy, and he kind of like leans on the bar. As the other barmaid goes to help pour the drinks as they come up. "So what brings you in here? You're not exactly the kind of time when we'd be expecting new faces."
Well, I'm just looking for someone.
Ain't not a lot of people worth looking for down here.
He looks at him and is like, "Well, I noticed someone left a rusty knife out on the windowsill."
Kind of squints at you with the one good eye he has. "What's the kind
Be a
of
little
business
easy.
you-"
Be a little easy for a bird to make off with it.
Birds don't usually have much interest in the knives. What's the sudden interest in the rusty knife?
Strange times.
He kind of stares at you before he kind of looks around. and tilts his head towards like very subtly. He tilts his head towards a door to the side. Yeah, if you want to clean up the basement, we're more than free to help pay off that bill.
That sounds like a good idea. I'll take you up on that. Well, that they poured Roy a drink too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll down his drink and head down towards the basement.
Yeah, you push
or
open
towards
the door.
The door he know.
Yeah.
He motioned to.
Yeah, you push open the door and you see some stairs leading downwards, and when you get to the basement, it just looks like a regular basement. But you see another knife lying next to a bookshelf. On the
He'll invest.
Yeah, there's a bookshelf and a knife, another rusty knife lying on the table next to it.
He'll investigate it.
Yeah, give me an investigation roll.
11.
Oh, there's a few things around there. The bookshelf, the table, crates. Your first assumption probably would have been like, it's probably behind the bookshelf. That's when you notice underneath the table, there's actually, what's it called? A door. What's it called? The trapdoors.
Door. Trapdoors.
Yeah.
Hatch.
Door. A hatch.
Yeah, hatch. Yeah, there we go. That leads when you. It's got a heavy ring on it, but it doesn't really. It's not really noticeable due to like how dark it is down there. There's a couple of dim torches down there, but it's the table is strategically placed so that the chain, the thick ring on it isn't noticeable by the lighting since it's in the shadows.
Hey, we'll test it to see if it's open.
Yeah, it opens.
Alright, he'll head down.
Yeah, down there, it's instead of stairs, it's a ladder this time. A metal ladder, so it's pretty sturdy. And almost immediately, as you get to the bottom, there is a human woman with blonde hair tied back, as she immediately points a knife to your neck. You're not from here.
What gave that away? He holds his hands up, showing he's not, well, not technically armed.
You smell too clean.
Well, I did just come from the castle.
Damn music. I mean, the other
Hit
DM.
the bard. The bard.
What do you need changing?
Huh?
What do you need changing?
Stopped.
Yeah, it's just it wasn't playing.
Sorry.
She kind of raises her brow. Not often we get people from the castle.
Not often I'm in one.
And why should we trust you?
The Rooks have never given you any problems.
She kind of raises a brow. Or she pulls her knife away. Honor among thieves, then.
Exactly.
It's more of a greeting than anything. More like, I won't betray you if you don't betray me when you respond back with it. You know, it's a good practice to say it back to her.
Honor among thieves.
She steps away and goes to open the door, and inside you can find it's not a small room, but it's a big room held up by wooden pillars with stone black walls and, surprisingly enough, a good amount of lanterns. In a place like this, the oil is kind of expensive, but they light the place well enough. And you have a few other shady, intimidating types. Some are more bigger and muscular than others. You got the small, lithe ones, the skinny, scrawny ones. All shapes and sizes of thieves. You'd probably count about 18 people there. And at the table, you can see an orc woman was working, and the human walks up to her, assuming that you're still following, or she smacks the orc woman's shoulder. Hey Ma, we got a clean one. And the orc woman looks up to you with a scar across her cheek, her head shaved bald. She looks very no-nonsense. She just kind of looks at you expectantly to hear your business.
Well, first, the Rooks send their regards.
Surprised the Rooks have any time to be sending in regards.
Well, part of the reason I originally came to the city was to make contact to see if we can't work out some trade deals, but there's more pressing matters going on nowadays.
I'm guessing it's got to do with the mutiny that you got going on over there.
Yeah, do I know about that?
No.
We're just gonna play that off. Among other things, the sky also just turned red, and people are stabbing each other in the streets.
It's only been like 3 days since the sky turned red. I don't think your first intention was to check up on us when the sky turned red, considering trade van's about 3-day trip away.
Well, you got me there, but no one knows the lay of the land and the current status of the lower district better than those who hide in it.
So, you're just assuming you can get some information on what's going on with the sky turning red. It changed.
Well, I don't know. I wasn't expecting you would have answers to why that happened.
Not a lot of people do.
So I assume the story is the same here as it was down in what was the name of the town we came from? I'm drawing a blank all of a sudden. Last word.
Yeah.
Sky turned red, people went insane, started stabbing each other. Anyone else notice anything different?
Not as far as we're aware. We got hit as well. Lost about 6 of our people. I do have to brag a little bit, because she got gestures around. You wouldn't know it from looking. Compared to upstairs, where there was like stains of blood, some broken furniture, you probably wouldn't have noticed anything had happened upstairs if you were just in here for the week. It was clean in here. Gotta know how to clean up blood, right?
Exactly.
But
now,
go ahead.
Now I somehow found myself in company of a bunch of hoity-toities that have something to say up in the castle. So I figured the best I can do is see if I can help get the lay of the land to help them make a decision on what the hell to do.
Well, it would help if we had any information. We don't know how things are up there. We don't know they're better off than they are down here. But here,
And nobles, they're always better off.
That's my assumption, but even nobles
They just
haven't
shove
dealt
their
with anything
problems
like
down.
this. Exactly. They'd rather deal with their own problems instead of thinking about the fact we're having our own. As for how we're handling this, I've heard some word. I've been able to send a couple of scouts to go and check things in the mid-district at least. And I know that they've been chaining, fencing up some of the, those have changed. Some of them are even brought up to the royal brig up in the castle. I didn't exactly get that luxury. After all, it's not a good idea to have a brig. Eventually someone's gonna come looking for whoever we may be keeping, and that's just gonna cause more trouble. So we couldn't exactly keep the change somewhere out of the way. We had to take out some of our own.
Understand?
It's been the same for pretty much everyone. You have some who, now have some of their loved ones chained up in their own homes. But they're not eating or drinking anything. If they're getting any more manageable, it's because they're dying from thirst right there, right in front of them, and they can't get them to change back, take care of themselves. They just crave violence and death. And they keep talking about something called Azok.
It was the same down in the last word. They have them all everyone who survived the change tied up just on the edge of town. No sign of them changing back, no matter what anyone's tried.
It's reached last word, and it's probably throughout the whole realm.
That's what I was worried of.
What we need is help down here. But the knights never really get involved here. They're more for the mid-district and the upper district. Here, they're more likely to come down here to arrest someone suspected of stealing or committing any kind of crimes up in the middle or upper district. They don't really deal with the crimes down here, despite it being the biggest district of them all. But if you're in the pockets of some nobles, maybe you can get them to help. But I don't have a lot of hope for that. I can already tell what their excuses are. Oh, we're stretched too thin. We can't be everywhere. That or their solution is just to hold us. But that's the pessimist in me.
Very least, I want to get them to let the gates and let people at least move about a little more freely. As far as I've been able to tell, no one's changed aside from that first, when the skies turned.
There haven't been new ones. No reports of that. But then again, I wouldn't be surprised if they're hiding a lot more change somewhere. Some of the residents here, they're hunting them down. They think they should all be destroyed for their safety. Even if they're apparently out of the way. Then of course, with so many homes abandoned, people were killed, we got more thieves, thieves are getting more weapons, and they're not even associated with us. They're just scavengers.
bunch of amateurs running around isn't exactly good. It brings too much attention.
We don't aim for our kind. We don't aim for anyone in the lower districts. We have it hard enough. We're just trying to make this distribution of coin a little bit more even. So we aim for upper and middle.
Well, if you think you and your people can keep your heads low for a little while, I can try to get them to send more help down here. At the very least, clear out the changed.
What do you expect in return? That's when
favor for a favor?
That's when the rest of the thieves kind of like look at you, kind of like wanting to hear your deal. And the orc leader still kind of stares at you. What sort of favor are we asking? Because, like I said, getting up to nobles, trying to get them to influence how things are here, I imagine it's a big favor you're looking for.
Nothing to be redeemed right away. As I said when I came, I'm looking to strengthen ties between guilds. Build a better network, keep us all from stepping on each other's toes. A collective effort.
She looks at you before she stands up, spits in her hand, and holds it out to you. The name's Gash.
Roy spits in his hand. Royston.
She clasps your hand firmly. Almost enough to crush your hand. Before she nods.
He winces a little.
Before she nods. You make a difference down here? I'm sure we can look into some arrangements with the Brooks. I'm sure whatever's going on, they're probably gonna need it.
What is the latest news you've heard from Tradevane?
Regarding the Rooks, or in Tradevane in general?
In general.
Ugh.
I have been out for a while, so I don't know exactly what's occurred since I've left.
It's hard to say with everything that's happened. We haven't been able to get in or out easily since, of course, since everything happened. So we can scale the walls. It's a 3-day trip to Tradevane with a cart. We can't even do that, not without raising suspicion. That said, it's not our focus right now. But in exchange for you even getting the word up there to the nobles, I could send one of my own to start making their way over. In fact, Aisha says, looking to the human woman who stopped you. You go ahead and start making your way in Tradevane. Take 4 with you. Try to stay out of trouble. Just figure out what's going on over there.
Do be careful, though. Travelers and those within the wilds were affected as well.
Good to know.
We had to deal with a group of changed bandits on the way in.
I should nod at that. Oh, thanks for letting me know. I'll be making my way. It's still gonna be a while before we get Tradevane on foot. It's gonna be about 5 or 6 days, especially since we prefer to travel at night. But we'll try to keep it going. That said, we do have a crow. And she kind of looks to, oh my gosh, I forgot her name again already. Gosh, Knack. You mind if we bring it along? it'll be faster to get the news back. That's when the orc leader nods and looks to Roy. It'll be about a week. But let me know if you're moving on. I'll see if I can get that information to you. Maybe even be able to intercept you wherever you may be going.
Well, see what we can do. And in the meantime, I'll see what I can do up top.
She nods. Don't get caught then.
Oh, I have my ways. Haven't been caught yet.
It happens to everyone at some point. You gotta learn your lesson eventually. It doesn't happen again.
That's why you befriend the law enforcement. Gives a shit-eating grin. Especially the innocent ones.
She kind of like looked up and thought, like, that's something she hasn't considered. Oh, either way, they're probably gonna be suspicious if you don't go back upstairs.
Oh, no, they didn't see me enter this place. I left them back in the upper districts.
I'm talking about the patrons in general. Even they don't know what's down here.
Well, they think I'm cleaning up to pay off the round I had to buy, so.
Yeah, the squeaky board is how we know who's new.
I'll remember that in the future.
Yeah, just watch your step. It's the one slightly raised. Save you a few gold. Anyway, Aisha, go ahead and lay them out. Then you gotta get ready before the sun comes up. Aisha nods and she takes you back to the ladder you came through.
Royalty will follow her out.
Aisha just kind of stands aside at the ladder to keep watch and just kind of smirks. She has a soft spot for you.
I have my ways. He gives her a sly wink.
I can imagine. At least someone.
Is that Roy? Go ahead.
At least even through all this, it's good to hear from our sister guilds.
And when times are rough, we need to stick together.
She nods and tilts her head towards the ladder for Rai to leave. With that, let's move on to Robin.
Robin here.
Yeah, Robin Velkic, what are you doing? What are you looking for?
Well, I think while they're actually walking down the streets and the likes of it, the one thing that Robin's gonna do is just any people that just seem like out in the open, sort of huddled up, just in general, just wondering where the next bit of food is gonna come from and all the likes of it. Because before Robin moved up to the middle district and the likes of it, they did live in the lower district. They've never forgotten where they've come from. So anyone that looks like they desperately need some kind of help in regards to it, they're just gonna walk by, keep a hunched walk, and anyone that they pass by, they're just gonna drop a gold coin in front of them and just keep walking. And they'll do that for any person that they see on the street.
They seem kind of confused, and they kind of look back at you and Valkic. Like, they feel like, should I tell them? Because they assume that you dropped the coin by accident. But desperation wins out, and they end up taking the coins as they go by. Valkick ends up signing to Robin. You're going to get robbed.
He's gonna just look up to him and just sign back to say, who in their right mind here is going to rob someone who is freely giving out money and someone who's about as tall and scary as you are?
Greedy, stupid people in an apocalypse.
Then greedy, stupid people are going to end up sleeping in an alleyway with their face in the rats.
You know, I'm not much of a fighter. I'm more about intimidation than anything. And you can only take on so many people.
I don't know. These last few nights, and especially tonight, I've been feeling a little more feral. He's gonna look up at him, and for a brief moment, his golden eyes are gonna shine with kind of like a red hue to them before swiftly changing back.
That's terrifying.
What is?
The thing you just did with your eyes.
What thing?
Yeah, you're being weird. I'm gonna tell your mom, but first we gotta deal with this. Where are we going?
What am I doing? I'm not doing is signing everything. It's like, what am I I'm not doing anything. Look, we're just after information. That's all we're after. As soon as we get something big, we can leave. We don't even need to go that far into the city. Just something big, something juicy, and then we can go.
Didn't you meet up with Arrow recently to have him introduce you to that guy? Maybe he's still at that spot.
Oh. Which bar was it again?
I don't think that it was the bar. I think that one was the...
No, that was the time before that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
It was the the basement in the burnt building that went down like 3 months ago.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about now. I know which one you're talking about. All right, come on, this way. He's just gonna just turn. By the way, how many gold coins are missing from my pocket right now?
I don't know. I wasn't keeping count.
I was asking you, DM.
Oh. So you said it like you're saying it in character. Let me see. Give me my dice. 5 coins. There aren't a lot of people wandering around this late.
5? Okay, that's fine. And just to sort of ease Valkick's sort of conscience and the likes of it, or, you know, his paranoia and the likes, Robin is going to kind of keep a very close eye on their coin purse in case someone does try and come up behind them.
Okay. Eventually, you do manage to find the place you last found Arrowfinch, or at least where his contact had pointed you. It's one of the formerly, military buildings in the war times. It was actually, kind of historical. Of course, most of the nobles wouldn't call it that. But it had burned down due to the fact that it had used to be a soup kitchen to try to help out among the district. But apparently, it went down due to a fire catching while the fireplace where they were making their food, the soups, where apparently caught fire. Whole thing went down. Some people believe that the knights set it off, but that's just a rumor. In the meantime, though, all you see is the charred framing of the first floor. A lot of the framing from the framing that's been roasted on the second floor is kind of crashed down onto the ground. There is planks of wood that have been charred. Your area is just burnt ruins. But there was a basement. And there is one slightly less charred plank of wood kind of laying among that on top of the basement. And Valcake kind of climbs his way over, trying not to get too much attention, before he kind of lifts it up to show another trapdoor, similar to what Roy had.
Well, Robin's gonna begin to lift it up. Or do his best, because he's small. He don't have big muscles like Valkyk does.
It's okay. If Arrow can get in and out, Robin can do it. But yeah, you make your way down. The two of you. And when you enter, it's dark in there. Do you have a dark vision?
That is an excellent question.
It's okay. I don't know.
It's usually the players turn around and going, I've got dark vision actually. Yay. No, I do not. I do not have dark vision.
Yeah, neither does
Shut up, Fennec.
Valkyk.
I heard that fucking ha.
I actually said hot loser. No wings, no dark vision.
What's the point of you?
What's the point of you? Why are you still alive?
Because people never know who I am is the gimmick. So, once Robin actually gets down to the bottom of the basement, he's going to... they're going to whistle in a very low tone, but they're going to make it sound like a bird.
Bird that went through puberty.
He's got a high voice. Leave him alone. I just can't mimic it because I have naturally baritone. Besides, if I start going higher in the voice, I start sounding like Flowey from Undertale.
Meanwhile, while you're whistling, you just hear Valkyk doing that raspy whisper. Oh no, I'm double mute. You can't see what I'm saying.
Stop that. It's fine. Just keep a hold of the back of my cloak while we walk down.
Yeah, he's just hanging on to you. And when you whistle, there doesn't seem to be anything for a few moments before suddenly you see a light as the hatch gets kicked open. And you hear a voice calling out. The fuck is it?
They just look up. My nest is jingling.
There's like silence for a little bit before he lets it a groan, and you hear a sound of something clattering on the floor before you see the figure cut out the light for a little bit as he crawls through before he reaches in and takes out a lantern and lights up the area, which reveals the false wall of the basement. It's supposed to be bigger, but he made his little hidey hole by making it appear like it's smaller than it really is. You know, I got a contact for a reason.
Robin just gives a shit-eating grin and just changes their visage back to normal. So yeah, but trying to find your contact is a fucking nightmare, especially when you keep changing them every other week. You've only got one reliable one. Shut up, I'm talking. You only got one reliable one, and they're all the way in the Magic District.
It sounds more like a you problem. You can walk around up there a lot more easily than I can.
Yeah, but why'd you have to make it so fucking far away?
There's only 2 other districts beside me, in this area. It's the same way either way. You can go to left or right side of any district. Either way, you're gonna make it to the Magic District.
He just grins.
I think
Nice to see you too.
I think she just intimidates you.
She does. She's fucking terrifying.
That's what I like about her. From what you know, it's another female goblin. And compared to all the other contacts, he's always more particularly complimentary of her than anyone else. There's probably a reason she's stayed around the longest. Anyway, not exactly the best time to be sneaking around down here. You know everything's going to shit up there, right?
Wow, what gave it away? Was it the giant red sky, or is it, you know, everyone trying to butcher each other?
Well, you never seem to figure it out, because, like I said, you're down here without reaching my contact in the middle of the night. I don't know who's trying to break in here.
Which is why I whistled.
Still, anyone can whistle. Even this moron can whistle. No offense. Kind of says, gesturing to Valkic with like a wave of his hand. But Valkic just kind of like stares at him for calling him a moron.
Robin just kind of stares at him as well for a brief moment. So, look, I need some information, and I'll be out of your hair. What little you have.
He kind of like lets out a groan, his shoulder slumping. Depends what the information is that you're looking for.
I want to know about the state of what the lower district actually is. I want to know any particulars, anything that maybe the knights have had a hand in, or not had a hand in. I want to know what it's been like.
Since the sky turned red, or since it's been shit in general?
Amuse me. You know I'm good for the information.
Well, I still say that my theory is they were the ones that burned out the soup kitchen up there because they didn't want us to suffer down here. Anyway,
And you know that I agree with that. I just can't prove it.
That's why it went with fire. It's the hardest to investigate. Anyway. That's where how things have been going on down here. The Knights ain't been much. They say that they've boarded us in here for our own protection. But we all know that's bullshit. It's just because the higher districts don't want to see us while they're already going through their own things. Because for once, they're suffering the same level that we are. So, we've been a little bit chaotic down here. lot more anarchy than usual. Shops ain't been open in days, so not exactly making things easier. Yeah, we had crappy bread, but at least we had bread, but it's getting harder to even do that, to even find that. I've been on rations the past 3 days. Hell, rations would be great. They would just send more down here just to keep us comfy.
Does Robin have any rations in his bag? Yeah, he does. Yeah, they do, yeah. So they're gonna take out one of their rations and just hand it over to Arafinch. So look, information for information, okay? I know for a fact that some of the higher ups, even amongst the knights here, haven't got a clue what's going on. They're just as surprised as we were to find out that the place has been walled off.
How many rations did you give him?
A day's worth.
Okay. Look, you know I ain't one that just works for... He kind of looks at the rations, kind of shakes them in his hand. Still bread. I already gave you a lot of information.
That's not me paying, that's me feeding you, numbnuts.
Well, no, how are you paying?
I'll be He reaches down for his coin pouch and jingles it. I told you I'm good for it.
Alright, so... I do got a contact with the Knights. I know, shocker. I talked to law enforcement besides you. And last I've heard, the head, military, not the military district, the academy district, the head, Darrow. He's one of the ones who's changed.
Sorry, who was that?
Sarah.
Cero. Is that C-E-R-O?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
And apparently there are 2 paladins and 2 clerics in the whole city that can be able to fix all this. But they can't exactly be much help. They can barely cast 1 spell a day as it is. That being before they need to get another rest. Thing is, apparently they can't cure him. Why do you think that is?
Because it's not possible?
Why are they changing others? What sets him apart? I know he's fancy, but I'm pretty sure doesn't got a stronger possession than anyone else down here.
So Sarah was changed.
Yep. The question is, why isn't he being prioritized? They got a meeting in the morning, as far as I know. You would think that they would have made him his first priority. First thing in the morning, change him back, ask him what exactly they're dealing with, and what should they do to help out. Nope. Apparently not in the records. No plans of that.
You think they're purposely keeping him quiet?
Someone is.
So from what you know, it is possible to change these people back.
And that's the story I've been told. 3 people who can do it, but they can only do it 3 times a day. And of course,
And
you know the
have
nobles are going to be the first ones. What they shouldn't do, in my opinion, is have it so that there's 1 person each level of the districts. You got 1 of them in the upper district, 1 in the middle district, and 1 in the lower district. Even if it's once a day, at least someone's being changed, and it's equal for everyone. But they ain't gonna do that.
Right. I can talk to Fen about that. See what we can sort out. I can't make any promises, though.
Yeah, to be expected. To be expected with nobles. No offense.
I'm not a noble.
You're close enough.
Don't
You're
lump me
You're
in
in
like
the
that.
upper district. You're in the upper district. You just ain't in the castle.
Why is it that everyone assumes that I go to university all of a sudden? That I'm friends with Fen. I'm not a noble.
He kind
It's
of
not
gives.
being in their pockets.
He just kind of gives you like that look, like okay. Anyway.
I'm not in their pockets. Why do you think I'm down here when I'm not supposed to be?
You want to know how you're up there? Because you don't smell as bad. That's what sets you off. I feel like that disguise isn't much help. Look at me, I reek. Anyway. What about Brandel? Is he, have you not driven him nuts yet with your, goody two-shoe ways?
No, he's doing good. A lot happier now that, from what you told me. Or he seems it, at least.
I can't say I blame him. He was from the slaughterhouse. Yeah, it's called that for a reason.
I'm aware.
Apparently someone else is taking his place as the leading champ. Carl's pretty much saying he's glad Brandel's gone. Probably don't want to tell him that.
Okay, is there anything else that you can tell me? Anything at all? Like, is there any other reason why the city's been walled off like this? Why the districts have been walled off?
Well, like I said, they got their own problems to deal with, and they have no intentions on looking at ours. We're not aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah. We'll fucking see about that.
If you ask me, at least try to get them to at least help us out by bringing some water down here. Some of the wills, they got some stuff down there that ain't exactly best for drinking since all this happened, so some fresh water at the least.
They're not even giving you fresh water?
We normally have wells, but like I said, some of them... it was a mess down here when everyone changed. I wasn't part of it, luckily, but... it's surprised that it's clean as it is. I was expecting them to be trampling over the bodies, but they at least had the right mind to move them against the buildings out of the way. But... I don't know, there was one point where it was at one of the wells. I tried to bring up some water, and it was red. Some blood got on there. Probably still a body down there.
What about the crop growing areas? Like the small amounts of land that you've got down here for growing crops?
It's good for fertilizer, all the bodies, but...
not quite what I meant, but I suppose without water you can't really do much about it, can you?
No, but luckily we had the rain right before the sky turned red. So, fine for now.
That's not gonna help you in the long run. All you need is one good sunny day and that's it, you're all fucked again. Right. Leave it. Have you... That's not... This is a bit of a long shot, but do you have any proof that crops may be failing down here or anything like that?
I've had information. I don't always have evidence. They usually cost extra. The quality crops are already pretty low. Like, do you remember that time that you brought some lettuce down here? Decided to share it? It was just this big-headed lettuce. I think it was like someone that you knew grew it and they'd let you keep it or something like that.
Yeah, Granny Martha. Up in
Yeah.
the Magic District.
That was the first time I ever found out that lettuce was supposed to crunch.
Ugh.
So, yeah. Crops ain't great down here.
Okay. Alright. Crops aren't great, water's not great. Something about Cerro. That's not good. Okay.
People
Thank
call
you, I
me-
appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. People call me conspiracy theorist, but none of my theories have been proven wrong yet. There's something that's going on upstairs.
Okay. How much do I owe you?
How much you got?
You're not gonna fleece me for my entire pouch again, are you?
No. With me, no.
Just gives him that look.
Package just signs, just give him the whole pouch. You're gonna get more when we get home anyway.
It just...
How much do you have?
84 gold, 23 silver, and 39 copper.
Yeah, up to you. We want to give him the whole pouch. Or we want to barter with him.
I can do you 75% of the pouch.
Yeah, looks at the ground. Just, kind of looks up. Make it 45 gold. Usually I'm having to jump through a lot more hoops to get this information. But luckily, at least got a couple of you people on the knights. And the investigators at least helped giving some information. It wasn't exactly hard to get this time.
They sort of raise an eyebrow. That's unusually generous of you.
You want me to take the whole pouch?
No, I'm just saying... Normally you'd be a little bit more insistent.
Well, now I am. Give me the whole pouch.
What you've done.
In fact, he's just like, you gotta keep your mouth shut sometimes.
He just looks at him and just, well, I gotta make sure it's him. He keeps the silver and the copper pocketed, but he just pulls out all the gold and just... He goes to give him the bag, and just as he's about to grab it, he drops it on the floor. Oops.
You're such an asshole.
Yeah, so are you. But you know I'm good for it.
Yeah. He's just gonna keep it there until you leave.
Alright, and that is 84 gold removed from my pouch. Robin changes back to his disguise. So, alright, come on, let's get going. You first.
Valkic nods and gives a wave to Arrow before he goes to make his way up. I'm gonna be moving soon, so go to the Cures concoction and let her know if you need me.
Just stay safe, okay?
I always do.
So, like, that worried look on their face, just... I mean an Arrow. Stay safe.
I ain't an idiot like my father was.
You're a lot smarter than that. He gives him a wink and just starts climbing up the ladder.
Alright. Tana, what are you doing?
Tana is just wandering. She's not like, she doesn't have like a specific place that she's headed to, but she's just kind of looking around, kind of taking in all the people around her. She's always pretty situationally aware, and being in a new place, she likes to kind of get her bearings of the people around her. So she's just kind of aimlessly wandering until it's time to meet back up.
Okay. Give me a perception roll.
Of course I will. I can do that. It is right there. Well, that sucked. That's a 7, Jelly.
Okay. It's kind of hard to tell at first as you're walking by, but you hear crying. You've been hearing a lot of crying since you got down here. This one's different.
Ooh, suffering!
This one's a child's. This is a child's cry.
Oh, fuck yes, suffering!
Fuck yes!
Jesus. Tana is going to look for where the sound is coming from.
It just makes me think of like Fennec stealing candy from a baby, and the baby starts crying. He's like, "Oh, music to my ears," and then he would throw the candy on the ground anyway.
Alex is an asshole.
As you follow the sound of the crying, you find yourself going to one of the alleyways. And it's not long as you look around that you see a little tabaxi girl kneeling next to the body of a tabaxi woman. You're not quite sure how she died. You know that that there's blood there, but it kind of looks like it was smeared, like the body was dragged along this way. And you see the little girl there, just holding the tabaxi woman's arm in two hands, raising it up, and she's kind of crying, just staring at the arm.
Tana is going to kind of kneel down near the little girl and just probably the kindest thing and she could ever say, like in the kindest voice, just be like, Are you okay? What happened?
She looks afraid when she sees you, but she just looks too tired and weak to stand up. Tired, and not just physically, but mentally. Like, she wants to stop suffering too. I'm so hungry. I don't know what else to do, and she kind of looks at the tabaxi woman's arm again. I don't want to, but I don't know what else to do.
Tana is just going to put her hand on the little girl's shoulder and go, just wait a minute. And she is going to take a ration out of her pack and give it to the little girl.
At first she isn't sure if she should, before she just kind of snatches it from her hand. And the ration pack is some jerky, some hard bread, and she just starts ripping into it. She starts crying more just from having the taste of something. It's usually not the best, but for her, it's the best thing she's had in days. And she just sits there for a little bit as she just devours the ration packs, before she's going so far as to pick up the crumbs off her raggedy shirt.
When was the last time you ate, honey?
Since before the sky turned red. Mama usually brings food.
And this is Mama.
Yeah.
Do you have anybody else? Any other family?
Family? What's that?
Someone else who takes care of you.
No. It's always been me and Mama. And it's the longest my stomach has gone hurting. I don't want to do it, but Mama always said to do whatever it takes to survive.
Is there a place you could stay around here? Is there like a place we could get some food and maybe a bed for you?
There used to be the place with the suits. It was always where the food was hot, but it was too hot once and it burned down.
Tana's just gonna sigh and go, well, we can't leave you out here with no food. So where can I take you where we could get you some food?
I don't know. Sometimes Mama would have a place for me to stay. Or she would go alone somewhere to get food. And I would stay where she told me to stay. But we usually slept outside. I would sleep on Mama so I was warm. We don't really go and live inside like some of the other people.
Looking determined, Tana's gonna hold her hand out and go, I have and don't tell him I called him this, a friend who might be able to help. How about you come with me and we'll see what we can do? And she's just gonna hold her hand out for the little girl.
She kind of hesitates. She was always told to stay in place until her mama was back. Do not trust anyone. Only trust Mama. Don't go with strangers. And her first instinct is that she can't leave her mother's side. But she knows Mama isn't coming back. She looks at the tabaxi woman for a few moments longer. And the tears start to well up again. I'll try to come back for you, Mama. I need to break the rules this time. You need to be the one to wait here this time. And she pushes herself up. You can see that she doesn't really have proper clothes. It's closer to a burlap bag that she's wearing. But, she looks up to you and gives her dirty little hand to you.
Tana's just gonna kind of look at her for a minute and go, okay. Let's go see if we can find my friend, and she's gonna start looking for Robin.
Alright, and the little girl follows along with you. She kind of looks back a few times at the alleyway where her mom's body was. But she follows along with you easily enough. She does need to be kind of pulled along just because she's tired and weak, but she's not being dragged along. Rickford, what are you doing?
Okay, well, Rickford is just jumping from shadows to shadows, house to house roof, just whispering, info. Wait, what info was I supposed to get? Ah, damn it. I might as well get close to the guards. I'll go to the garrisons, maybe look at a shop or two. Just look. I'm sure they won't be missing any stock at this time. Let's go to the garrisons. So the guards know something.
So are you leaving the lower district?
Fucking damn it, Rickford.
He's just talking to himself. He's like Kronk. Singing his own sneaky music.
Exactly. So he's gonna go to the military area and
Alright.
try and look at stores that are probably closed at this time and listen in on conversation from the guards.
Alright, so it wouldn't be in the lower district. He would be back up in the middle district.
Yup.
Where you guys were sneaking around with all the guards patrolling. Give me a perception check.
Will do.
Or more, give me a investigation check. What are you looking for exactly? What's your first stop?
Well, whatever comes up first. He's just walking around. If he bumps into a store, he will look into it to see if he sees anything interested that he can procure. And if he sees guards, try to listening on conversations. And if he finds a garrison, well, let's see if there's anything interesting going on around the town. Like, why are they locked down? Why are there walls? Why are people being segregated?
Okay. Yeah, give me an investigation roll.
Okie dokie. Let's see.
Rickford makes me smile because he's literally like, "What information was I supposed to be looking for again?" Oh, I'll just go look for this information, which is exactly the fucking same information that he was supposed to be going looking out for.
He just thinks that's useful. It's like he forgot exactly what was going. Like, I'm sure this will be useful. Whatever I get will be useful.
I'm sure if it was important, I would remember it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a dirty 20.
Yeah, so as you're looking around, it's pretty easy to tell which shops are which. They're all closed at the moment. The only thing lighting up the streets at this point are the lamps, through the along the street, which is kind of like a circular, slowly curving path with buildings on each side. And as you wander along, you eventually start figuring out that you're in the shopping district, judging by all the buildings with signs hanging off them, different names along each sign. They're all closed. There's no lights in them. You see like one or two lights of the second floor where they live. But for the most part, it's pretty quiet, pretty dark. There's, as far as you can tell, the most common shops are weapon shops, armor shops, alchemy shops for some health potions, or medical supplies. There's a few clothes shops, general stores, and very rarely something like a magic or bookshop. It's a lot more diverse than it was in Last Word.
Oh, I wish I had a bag of holding. What would Robin say?
Just a mental little bubble of imagination bubble. Just imagining what Robin would say at this moment.
Remember, licking doorknobs on other planets is illegal.
Right. What was I thinking? So I can't lick the doorknob. Would smashing it make too much noise? I should probably check if there are guards around before I enter.
This is probably a bad influence, but I'm gonna do it anyway. There are a lot of the houses, a lot of the homes and the shops have chimneys that are Rickford-sized.
But those are too dirty. How am I going to go in there? These are new jammies.
Oh god, are you still in your pajamas?
Not in his pajamas?
What? They said stealth, not get ready. Anyways, I'm gonna open this door now. How can I unlock this?
Do you have thieves' tools?
No, I have a weapon. Can I break it?
What would she even roll for that? Are you trying to be stealthy or are you trying to be successful?
well, stealthy if possible. If not, I'll be successful.
Give me a. All right, based on your method, either give me a stealth check or a strength check.
I'll go for stealth. I'll be good. I will behave. I'll go for stealth.
Oh shit, you're right. Actually, before you do that, yeah, I just got reminded. Wait, we haven't break yet.
Oh, you're right.
So, let me know what you've rolled, and we'll go into break. Once you're being stealthy, it's gonna take you a while to open that door. Maybe about 10 minutes.
That is 15 plus 4. That is a 19.
Right? What kind of how are you trying to open it with your weapon?
So I do have a pocket knife. I'm going to just jam the knife into the door and try to pry it open.
Yeah, you're good. You're managing it. It's gonna take you a little bit, but you're kind of forcing the lock open, and it's just kind of making cracking, creaking sounds. But while you do that, we're gonna go on break for a little bit.
Awesome.
Oh my god.
So we will be right back in about 10 or 15 minutes, and we'll get right back into it.
You.
So stick around.
Food!
Food. I need to pee this.
Yellow
I was
China
eating
knows
cereal
what
and
you
I
did.
wasn't even involved in the conversation anyway, so...
I know, I was
You
screaming. I was
were
literally
eating
about to start anyway.
cereal.
Just chug it silently like I do. God, cereal does sound good right now.
Don't chug cereal. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Who
Don't
chug
swallow,
cereal?
Don't chew, just swallow.
You're sounding really judgy, and I really
Yeah,
don't
I am.
appreciate that.
Yeah, Cam, let's fight.
I just want to fight. I just really want to fight.
Yeah,
now.
like I don't even
I'm
know
not.
why
I'm
we're
not interested in the
upset. We're just gonna kick
conversation. I
his
just
ass.
want to punch something. Come here, child. Let me punch you in the face.
He's like the opposite of a dog. He's like, I'm just happy to be here. He's just like, I'm just happy to be angry here and fight someone. I don't know what's
Wait.
going on.
Before we go live.
I'm already.
Hold on. Oh. Alright.
Why? What were you
I'll
gonna
show
say,
you.
Bubble?
I just want to show you guys this real quick.
Oh,
It's the best thing I've ever found in my life. I think I might have already shown Jelly, but... Hold on.
Holding.
I fear.
You should have finished something.
Nice.
How many of you have seen How I Met Your Mother?
No.
I've seen it.
I know of
Heard
it.
of it.
I've
I've
seen
heard of
enough
it.
clips.
Heard of it, never seen it.
Do you
Same.
know the Barney character who's a playboy and has the bro
Yes.
code?
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone knows who Barney is.
Oh my god.
You mean the best character?
If you're looking at my camera, you will see it's real and I own it now.
That's so cool.
Wait, what's the camera? Where?
I
Oh
have the
my
Kindle
god,
version.
I love it.
It's
I'm trying to click it.
so beautifully
It won't
too.
let me click.
It's so thick.
That's what she said.
It's
But
good.
you can also get the Kindle version on Amazon, by the way.
Yeah, he also has the playbook, and if you're becoming a parent, he has what to expect when you're awesome.
Oh, the book.
Article 77: Bros don't cuddle.
Well, that's a lie.
There's like whole ass graphs and shit. There's a
You
list
just know that
in
Neil
here.
Patrick Harrison had
Neil
just
Patrick
had
Harris is
the
most
biggest
likely to
fucking-
cuddle with another guy because they're bros.
Neil Patrick Harrison is gay. If he's not likely to cuddle with another guy,
There's
then
a
I'm
gay
a bit
clause in here,
concerned.
too. I forget
There's
what
a
it is,
gay
but
clause.
there is a gay clause in here. As a courtesy
Like,
to
who
bros
here wouldn't
the
cuddle with
world
their
over,
bros?
a bro never brings more than 2 other bros to a party. Article 69. Duh. That's it.
Oh, it's about you, duh.
That's
It's
it.
all about me.
Duh.
Why, hello there, beautiful.
Alright, back to it.
I had to. It's a beautiful. It's on my floor now, but it's a beautiful book.
Wait, I want to fucking see what did your shirt just say? I heard something about choking a bitch.
It says I crochet, so I don't choke people. Save a life, send yarn.
Oh god. Oh, I wasn't
Anyway.
ready for that.
I forgot to ask, like, what, did you pick a spot, a shop in specific, or did you want me to pick the closest one for you? Like, did you go for the closest one, or the one that catches your interest?
Weapons, I guess.
The stabbies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Magical stabbies?
Stabbies.
Yeah, eventually you just kind of hear a crack, and your knife, after, like, just kind of trying to force it through, it just, there's no resistance anymore. You could just twirl it around if you wanted to in there. It's broken.
Rip. Wait, the door or the knife?
No, the doorknob.
Oh.
The door lock.
Door.
Like, if you, like, the handle itself, it'll still turn, but the keyhole, it's, you can like just spin the knife on it.
Awesome.
I assume that's how locks work.
Sure.
Yes, why not?
These are old fantasy locks that, that definitely work like this in my world.
Couldn't agree more.
Open sesame, bitch. Anyways,
As you push the door open, it's kind of a creak, however slowly you open the door.
Mhm.
But the door is definitely a creaky door. And there's the sound of a bell.
Oh my god.
Ding, 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 ding.
No, I'm kidding. There's no bell. It's a weapon shop. What are you doing? It's
My shop doors always have dingles.
Dingle dongles.
dingle dangles.
Always have the dingle dangles. The bingle
Yeah, but
bongles.
it's kind of like the equivalent of where like the owner is really cocky. It's like, you know, like they own a gun. Like, who's gonna rob a gun store?
And then you've got this
Boy,
fucking
something.
lunatic. What are you buying?
Oh.
No, luckily it's closed. And as you look around, do you have dark vision?
Let me check.
You guys are getting tested now for your dark vision.
Yeah, kind of want to know who
I'm
has
all
dark
for-
vision.
I'm all thrown off now because usually it's the players telling the DM that they have dark vision, never the DM asking.
I want to know how
Well,
fleshed out
I think
can
it's
be the
because
details.
she's.
It's always
It's
I
because
have dark
she's
vision, never
not-
who has dark vision.
Well, she's not saying that we're going into a dark place. She's stopping before she says that and instead asking. Usually, if you go
Okay,
into
you
a dark
walk
place,
into a
that's-
dark room.
Yeah, then
I
that's-
have dark vision.
Exactly. But she's not saying it.
I'm still a baby DM. I don't know the laws.
Well, you
No, you're
broke
doing
one.
good. You're doing good.
Well, I mean, I don't have dark vision, but I have the light camp trip.
But do you dare?
Of course. River doesn't know any
What?
better. It's so dark in here.
I'm just gonna make a roll real quick.
Rickford, you're gonna die.
Oh, Rigford never dies. What are you talking about, silly?
Anyway, so you light up the shop, and it's a pretty well organized shop. Along the walls, you got the bigger weapons of some great swords, two-handed axes, some pretty long longbows, like just kept in an orderly fashion. And then as you go towards and like it's got aisles, and the aisles are kind of arranged based on the size of the weapons. The weapons are even organized by the length, going from the taller side to smaller and smaller as you go to the right, to find the best kind of for your height and your strength. But it's largely focused on just bladed weapons. You got some throwing weapons that are mostly kept in a glass case at the front where the shop owner usually hangs out at.
What do I want? Why was I even here for, anyways?
Bro just wanted to break in somewhere.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah. Oh yes,
Well,
absolutely.
Yes, what's in my head?
Yes, magical voice in my head. I just wanted to break in. Okay, so I'll just look for a fencing sword. What are those called? Oh, god damn it, if I knew. Those pointy ones, needle-like.
Rapiers.
If I trained. Ah, yes, the magical Robin voice, rapiers. Those are the ones.
No,
Let's see.
that was the pigeon.
No, right, the pigeon. Someone should really kill that thing.
You can do it. It's in a cage on the counter.
Day there's gonna be somebody saying something that they shouldn't be, and then somebody's gonna play a sound clip of like a pigeon being shot or something.
I'm sorry. What's this that we need?
I'm not doing it.
What now?
I know. Just making note that people want shots of pigeon sounds of pigeons being shot. which can be done.
No pigeons were harmed in the making of this video.
Yet.
What does a dying pigeon sound like, Cam?
Like neck snap.
I was thinking more of a. I was thinking more pigeon noise and then thump.
Oh, hold on, I could do that.
It's funny
cut
because
out a
you're
little bit.
Yeah. You're listening to the voices in your head telling you about a rapier.
Oh, right. I'll just look for a rapier. Anything that, if it has a flute on the handle, it would be great. It goes with the theme and everything, every instrument being a weapon and all that. If not, then screw this. I'll just go look at the guards and see if they have anything interesting to say.
No, there is no rapiers with a flute on it.
Oh,
no,
then screw this. I'm done.
I'm kidding. The thing is, give me an investigation.
Why would I investigate? I'm leaving.
I told you what.
Fine, magical voice in my head. I'll investigate. God.
Wait.
Just fucking everyone. Rick, for who you talking to? The voice in my head. That
Remember,
is...
leaking doorknobs is illegal on other planets.
That is a 17.
Yeah, as you just kind of looking around, and you look at the rapiers. Yeah, no, none of them have a flute handle on them.
Useless.
But you hear whispering.
Ooh, I like whispering.
Oh no.
It's not a language you can understand, but it just sounds like you can't understand it, but you can hear it coming from the shop counter.
Rick Fur is gonna get closer to it.
You still hear that
Towards
whispering. It's getting louder as you get closer. It seems to be coming from behind the counter.
Behind the counter? Do I require to jump or do I just move around? I'm very short.
You can go over. You can go around it.
God.
I fucking love Rick for so much.
Rick Fur just go around the corner underneath the little wooden thing that just opens and closes, assuming it's like that.
Yeah. When you're behind the counter, you can kind of see like an abacus to keep track of the money. You can see a safe. That's not a big safe. It's a pretty small safe. You see the.
No.
You see the.
Silence voice in my head. I'm listening to the God voice.
You see where the throwing weapons are kept in the glass case. You can see where the door slides open to place them in there. There's a couple of shelves with a few different knickknacks. One thing that kind of sticks out is a small stack of flyers advertising something called the Slaughterhouse.
Ooh.
But even lower than that, you see a case where the whispering seems to be coming from.
Open the case.
It's not too long compared to you. It's a little bit longer than what you're probably used to. But you do see, like, you know, you just happen to be looking for something like this, and it seemed to be exactly what you were looking for. Like, you had this in mind, and it somehow came to being. You could hear the voice getting louder. You still can't understand it, but it's like tempting you to just take it.
It is tempting. What would Robin do? Another little imaginary bubble happens upon his head. Robin, what would you say?
Flutes are an instrument to be played indoors, not outside, where barely anyone can hear it. The walls reverberate better inside.
That is true, imaginary Robin.
As
Fine,
if,
I'll
like-
grab it.
Wait, can I be the demon on your shoulder?
Is this not the demon on his shoulder?
Rickford just
As
doesn't
if-
have demons. He just imagines his friends saying what he wants to hear. He
As if
has
to just
no good
tempt you more.
advice.
As if to just tempt you more, like, yeah, go for it. You kind of feel like a gust, like a draft of wind. And you just...
Oh, sorry, I had beans.
Shut up. You just feel a draft of cold wind. Coming from seemingly nowhere. Blow past you. And against the rapier and its flute handle, where you hear the soft whistling of the wind blowing through the handle. That's a really pretty sound.
I mean, it's not as good as my voice, but you know, I'll consider it. But fine, it isn't what I needed, so sure, why not? How much is this thing worth? Robin would definitely want me to pay for this. Is there like a label or anything where I can check?
No? It was behind the counter. It didn't seem like it was on sale in the first place.
Oh, whatever, I'll just pay for it. Let's see, if it's a rapier, what's the general cost of a rapier? You know what, screw it, I'll just leave 10 gold on the counter, and I'll sign it and leave my little badge on there. That's a little good extra. Rickford always pays for his dues.
And gold ain't gonna get you shit in a weapon shop.
I know, that's the thing. Rickford just doesn't know. He just pulls whatever.
Rickford just doesn't fucking care. Rickford's like, this'll do, yes.
Yes, indeed. Oh, and a little chocolate coin as well. That's awesome.
Oh, I forgot I had these.
Yummy. Anyways, I'll pick up the rapier and I'll leave just 10 gold on the table for their troubles. The rest will be painted heroism when I'm done with this curse.
Oh god, he's paying them in exposure.
Exactly. I will tell them that they were very nice to let me in and procure a weapon. So I'll grab the rapier by the handle very quickly, if you don't mind.
I don't know, I'm just a disembodied voice. You do whatever you want.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll just grab it is what I'm saying. I'm taking it. I'm leaving. I'm out the
Wait,
door.
you can hear me?
Why, yes. Even the voice of... I hear many things.
For further proving that Rickford's the Deadpool of the group.
Wait, no, he's the 7 of the group. He can hear voices.
7 hears voices from the dead. He can't hear the DM.
Oh my god, does that mean that 7 is Deadpool?
Oh my god. It's funnier because Deadpool, dead necromancer.
Aha, I get it.
I don't get it.
Necromancer deal with the dead. Deadpool.
Captain Deadpool. Nah, just Deadpool.
Alright. So...
Anyways, I'll grab the rapier, and I'll be on my merry way.
Okay. Did you guys ever decide on your rendezvous?
Yeah, they send me at the wall in like an hour or something.
Yeah.
Did you guys? Okay. Oh, you had 2 people saying that, so okay. Yeah. So. I
specifically said that because I knew the fucking. I specifically said that because I knew the fucking DM would ask. Did you guys decide a rendezvous point? It's just like I'm making sure there's a fucking rendezvous point.
Yeah, well, you know
The fact
what?
that I remembered it means it's true.
Yeah, basically. The only one who doesn't know about it though would be Roy, right?
Oh,
yeah.
definitely going to
Technically,
forget.
yes, but once he's done, he'd head back to the castle.
Okay, so.
However, taking a moment to see if there was an orphanage in the district.
Oh my god, he's gonna adopt a child.
Oh my god, he's gonna rob a child.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, he's gonna rob them and then adopt them. He's gonna rob a child, adopt another one by robbing the place of the child.
Oh my god, he's gonna adopt a child by
That's
robbing
called
it.
pickpocketing.
Oh my god. Thank you, Mr. Roy.
Oh, it talks, puts it down.
But no, does he find an orphanage?
Where in which district?
Lower?
No.
If we had junk, he'd be gay. Fusing.
All right, so who gets to the rendezvous point first?
Definitely not Rickford. Rickford will forget and wander around, definitely.
I would say probably Tana. She's probably not in a hurry to stick and hang out with a kid too long, but she wants to make sure that she gets some sort of help. So she's probably moving kind of fast.
Yeah, I assume you just carried her up to scale the wall back up towards the middle district.
Oh, 100%. She probably picked her up before we even got there because she was moving too slow.
Yeah, she eepy. She probably got food in her stomach.
So at this point, Tana probably has her over her shoulder.
Wait a minute. Tana adopted a child.
Not purposely. Don't get excited.
It's not permanent.
Accidental adoption is the best.
The vaccine is a cat distribution system.
Oh my god!
Was about to go cannibal. I saved it just in time.
Alright, Robin?
Yeah, I think Robin wouldn't be too far behind Tana.
Okay.
So as they're walking up with Valkyk, the first thing they're probably going to notice is the fact that there is a child now. They're just gonna look to Valkyk and be like, just sign to them, just slowly raise their hands and slowly sign to them. Is she holding a kid?
He kind of looks to Ramen, just kind of shrugs and just be like, guess you have an extra passenger now.
He's gonna kind of just sidle up and be like, Tana?
I've got something for you.
I can see.
And she's just gonna take the kid off her shoulder and just hold it out. She's almost like, this is for you and it's icky, under the armpits.
So you're doing a Lion King to it.
Poor child.
So I may or may not have found this child contemplating eating her mother's arm because she was starving. So I fed her, and as much as I don't want this, and she holds the child out, I can't leave her there with nothing to eat. So I thought of you and your bleeding heart. So here she is, and she just holds her out towards Robin.
Did you say that Valkyk takes the kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just while Tana's still ranting about this. Just kind of rocking her.
He kind of just... They kind of just lift their hands up and just lock their fingers, put it over their forehead. Hana, we were meant to gather information, not adopt.
Okay, so hear me out. I know I'm not necessarily the nicest person.
You're kind of a rude bitch.
Yeah. Okay, regardless. I can't leave her there to starve. And you clearly know this place better than I do.
Well, I mean, like, obviously I'm not gonna send her back over the wall. But we can't...
Well, we can't let her starve, and she was gonna eat her fucking mother, man. Like... Tana's just gonna look at him sideways, like...
She was gonna... What?
Valky's gonna just kind
of starving.
Valky's just gonna kind of rest her against his over his shoulder, like kind of keeping an arm on her, around her, but he knows he can be able to free both hands. And he decides to Robin. Things are already chaotic enough at the castle. Let's give her, a day to remember. Take her back, feed her some of the best food she's ever gonna have, get her a nice bath, take her to the orphanage in the middle district after the meeting tomorrow. In fact, I can go ahead and do that while you guys are there.
He's just gonna stare blankly at Valkic and just begin to sign back. You know damn well that if my mom finds out about her, let alone both my parents, she's not going to an orphanage.
And this is a bad thing? Well, you don't...
No!
Do you want to be an only child? Do you want to be an only child?
That's not what I said. Signed. That's what... I
think you're
realizes he's about to turn to...
sister.
about to turn to Tana and be like, help me out, until he says out loud, no point in asking you, you don't know what he's saying. Fine, okay. Obviously, I'm not going to send her back to the lower district. I'm just saying that if you were planning to take her, realizing that they're now speaking out loud, somewhere else, don't bother, because the moment my parents find out, she's not going anywhere else.
Again, I don't think this is a problem. He kind of
I'm not saying it's a problem. You know what?
Shut
Never
up
mind.
and let's go take her back. Where is everyone else?
That's the next thing I was about to sign. They also say out loud. Where is Rickfer and Roy, Tana?
I don't know. Was that my job?
No, I just thought that you may have seen them.
That's a negative.
That concerns me, because if you don't see Rickfer, you at least hear him.
Maybe
normally I would agree with you. Or hear me out. He got into some shit.
Rickfer is still definitely roaming the streets looking for information because he did not even look at the time. He just got his cute little sword. He's like, oh, right, info.
Rickfer's not that type of person, Valkic.
Well, it's gonna be easier to find them in the day when we're actually allowed to walk around without looking suspicious. Well, I'm not, but you are. And he is.
Yeah, I don't want to leave him. I don't want to leave him out there in the lower district.
As long as Carlaman doesn't find him, it should be fine.
Who?
The owner of the slaughterhouse.
Okay, yeah, nope. He's beginning to climb back over the wall. Nope.
Definitely going there with the flyer in his hand.
Nope. Climbing over the wall. Rolling. What is it? Athletics. What is it, DM? Is it athletics?
Yeah.
Yep. How? I need to take a picture of this. Because if I don't take a picture of this, no one is going to believe what the fuck I just did.
I don't believe you now.
Look at this photograph!
I rolled my dice, it bounced, this is where it landed. I don't know how I just did that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you start to fall.
I didn't even get a proper roll out of it.
I know, but that kind of look, you start to fall. I'm kidding. Get a try again.
It's a 1. It's a 1. It's not a
Yeah.
natural 1, but it's a 1.
You fall. And Valky tries to grab you. He misses.
It's just gonna just.
Yeah.
Oh, Rigford's going to the slaughterhouse.
He can't really call Dan after you, and he can't communicate with Tana, so... And he has a child, so he's just kind of looking at you just to make sure you're getting up.
He's gonna. They're gonna sit there for a moment, and then just slowly get up. Okay. Fine. Rigford's a big boy. Rigford can handle himself. He's not gonna be stupid enough to get roped into the slaughterhouse. He'll probably just be going for information.
He kind of tries to sign down, but it's kind of dark. Give me a roll to... Give me a perception roll so you can see what Valkic's trying to tell you.
Okay. 11.
He said something about, check tomorrow. Should be fine. The only part that part came out clearly is because he kind of just gave a shrug, like, kind of an unsure shrug.
Okay, alright. We will, if we don't see him by tomorrow, we'll give everyone the information, and then we'll go looking for him. We're not needed at the meeting. We'll just give people the information, and then we'll go look for him. That's what we'll do. He just gets up. He's already walking. They're already walking back to the castle at this point. So I'll just. That's what I'll do. That's exactly what we'll do. Why not? It's like he's causing me any kind of fucking heartache or anything.
All right. Roy, where are you going?
He would probably head back to the castle.
Okay. I
He'd
feel
be
bad
outside, just enjoying the night air.
I feel bad because I know Phoenix, Isha, and Brandel are sleeping, so I know you guys haven't been able to get as much attention. But I'm trying. Rickver, where are you going?
Oh, the slaughterhouse, of course, but don't mind me.
I kind of have to.
You know, if anything, Roy would probably actually go to inform those three of what they found, what he found.
Yeah, I
If
imagine
they're going to be talking.
Yeah, we'll get to you guys and like while they get all the briefing together. Rickfer.
Yes.
The flyer is kind of hard to understand. Do you know oh my gosh, what's it called? Thieves' Camp.
Oh, I do not. I'm probably just gonna end up at the castle anyways.
Yeah, you're they can't exactly just give out the information of where the slaughterhouse is. So it's not like it's an address like 69 Lord District Ward 10 or something like that. It's not on there.
In Rickford's mind, he's just imagining this is like some kind of bar. So he was just looking for a sign and wandering around. He just ends up where he was supposed to meet up with everyone. No one is there. So he just ends up walking back to the castle alone.
Okay. You can still keep the flyer.
Oh no, I'm keeping the flyer. This is mine now.
Surefire way to piss off Brandel.
Well, I assume that you guys are gonna wait until morning to go over what you found, so that everyone who's asleep can be able to get the information. So, I'll say that since you guys only took about an hour, probably took another hour to go up and down, I'd say it's not actually that late by the time you guys come in. It's probably about 2 or 3 in the morning. No, 2 in the morning. So you guys managed to get a long rest.
I feel privileged. The DM has blessed us this day.
The next morning, Van goes to knock on your door, Robin. Robin, you up?
They're a little groggy from last night, so they're just like, hold on. It's like shuffling. There's like a thud, where it sounds like they've tripped over something, and you just hear ow. And then they just open the door. They've got their pants on, they've got their scarf on, but they don't have their jacket on, so it's just like, yeah.
Alright, so I got some good news. I talked to my dad. He is willing to let you and your party have a chance to talk during the meeting.
Oh, that's actually awesome. Thank you.
I
forgot that we needed permission.
It makes things easier.
Yeah.
But I did tell him that you were gonna have a few speakers. I told him you would try to reduce it because you got a big party. So the rest of them will at least be able to sit in. He's just gonna ask that until you're gonna lead who you want to lead the conversation. You're gonna decide your turns. Everyone else needs to shut the fuck up. Don't
Okay, well
chime
that's
in.
easy.
Yeah, don't chime in out of term, or you're only gonna piss them off. Especially Kiaz. She's a bitch. Elderly old hag.
Okay, so don't piss off Kiaz. Got it. What's the
Anyway.
bad news?
Not really bad news. Just good luck with, whatever you have planned. Meeting's gonna be in an hour. So, unless you guys want to strategize, you might be able to get breakfast in time.
It's probably, yeah, we're probably gonna need breakfast. I need to, if my mom hasn't already found the kid, I need to talk to my mom about the kid.
The kid?
She's just gonna look back behind the door. Just to see if Valkyk's awake.
Valkyk's been asleep
Hey.
on the floor. The child
Where's
is
the
taking
kid?
the bed. The child is taking
The child is taking the bed. Okay, alright then. Yeah, from what I'm aware, I don't think one of our party's gonna be able. So you're only gonna have like 3 people to talk to anyway. One of them's probably gonna be with a kid.
So that's what the smell is.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
He.
it's fine. I mean, he Valky kind of looked up, rolled over, revealing he was actually asleep. But she said that she kind of like looks awkward and kind of like shoves her hands down. I mean, I didn't mean it as a bad thing. I just noticed it was a smell.
He's just gonna roll. They're just gonna roll their eyes and just grab Fem by the arm and just pull them into the room and close the door.
No, I really should be letting you guys get together, and you probably should wash up before it.
Look, shut up for a second, okay? My mom's gonna find out one way or another. So is my dad. I need you take the kid to my mom and dad because Valkyk was debating maybe taking them to an orphanage. But, you know my mom and dad, if they find out, then they're not going anywhere. So, take the kid, get them washed, get them fed. We're actually going to need them to speak up a little bit about what's going on in the lower district.
Fine, okay. You owe me. And
We're looking after one of your own.
She kind of stays quiet at that before she walks over to the bed and just kind of gently wakes the kid. And the little tabaxi girl kind of rubs her eyes. She's actually slept better than ever sleeping on a plush bed like this. You want to tell her that she's going with me? She probably trusts you more than me.
They kind of just look at Fen and like realize like, oh, maybe that was a dick thing to say. And then just kind of just go up to the kid and just, hey, sweetie, got a name?
Charlie?
Charlie? That's a cute name. Listen, Charlie, my friend here is gonna take real good care of you, okay? She's gonna take you to a pair of people. They're gonna wash you. They're gonna feed you. They're gonna look after you for a little bit, okay?
Okay.
Don't worry.
Yeah, good.
So don't worry. You're in super safe hands. Okay?
She nods, kind of out of realization that there isn't really much she could do about it if they decided to force her anyway. It's not like she had a lot of options, especially because she doesn't know where she is. So, Ben kind of gestures for her to crawl off the bed, offers her hand, and Ben's already pretty tall, so Ben kind of has to stoop a little bit so that she can be able to walk her along. Alright, good luck today.
Thank you. And Fen, I'm sorry. That was
No,
uncalled for.
It's fine. Just remember, like I said, don't try to start waves, but start them at the right time. You're gonna cause more trouble if you just talk out of turn.
You're different than everyone else. I know that. We'll get this sorted out, okay?
She kind of like gives like a light shrug. Just help me make a difference out there. And
He just gives her... As she's walking off, they just give her a gentle smile. Why do you think I became a cop in the first place?
You're an investigator, not a cop.
Same thing. I have the power to arrest people.
Alright, what's the plan now?
Well, now we gotta go and talk with everyone, give them all of our information, and watch them make a difference.
No, that was me asking you what's the plan now.
That was me telling you the plan.
Why do you talk like Robin when you do it? It's hard for me to tell when you're talking. I can tell with Rickford, because Rickford's the shit who breaks the fourth wall.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, yes, I was talking as Robin because I thought Fen was talking to him. However, that is the plan, regardless of which.
Alright, so, yeah, feel free to carry out your plan. Everyone's asleep in their rooms, I assume?
Alex is probably awake by now, getting ready for the day.
Yeah, they'll probably wait until, like, everyone's gathered, assuming that they actually have time for a quick breakfast before.
But you got an hour.
An hour?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Roy would join them all for breakfast or secret meeting or whatever to tell him what he knows.
Secret breakfast.
A secret breakfast.
Isha's gonna wait for
Conveniently
hours.
leaving out where he got his information.
So yeah, Robin will make an effort to sort of like wake everyone up, apologize for being an asshole, and then tell them everything he knows about. Because I took notes on mine. About how the Academy District the head of the Academy District, Sero, had been changed, but despite there actually being spellcasters of some kind that can reverse this possession or whatever it is, Sero still hasn't been changed back. And on top of that, they're not only walling off the walls to keep the lower district away, but they don't have access to clean water, and in turn aren't able to tend to their crops. They are literally starving the lower district.
Phoenix is just gonna take a nonchalant bite of his meal, just kind of like that we're talking about the weather. And you expect some of us to go stand up and talk to them about this and somehow make a difference?
Well, like I said before, they're more likely to take notice from people of those walks of life actually standing up for their rights than they are just for a bunch of politics or law enforcement like myself, just in their eyes speaking up out of term.
Are they, or are they just gonna see the trash in the room and ignore them?
Well, considering the fact that you've been given audience by the actual general themselves, there's got to be something. They're not going to completely ignore you.
Did you pull strings to do that?
Actually, that was Fen's doing.
Oh, so she pulled strings.
At least she has the strings to pull.
I get that, but that just means that they still possibly are not going to listen to whoever's speaking.
Did
you bring a kid back last night?
You brought a what?
We'll talk about that in a moment. Sanya looks like she has something she wants to say.
Isha gets all excited. There's a kid? Where's the kid?
Keep it on the down low.
Sanya's just drinking some orange juice while she's eating her breakfast, listening to them. Definitely not spiked. The orange juice definitely is not spiked. She kind of looks up. I guess there is some advantage. There was all that talk about her being called a nepotism baby, so it makes sense if her father is a general that y'all can have a chance to talk in there.
I mean, besides that point in itself, he didn't have to give the audience. The guy who actually wants to make a difference.
Have you met him before?
Met him a couple of times. I'm not exactly good friends with him, but he's head of the military district for a reason.
Have you been
Like, he's my boss's bosses.
Have you been in one of these meetings before?
I've taken minutes for it. Once. But that's about it.
Well, it should be interesting. Want to hear about what happens by the time you're done with it. Me, I think I'm going to get some more information for myself.
I mean, if you can, that'd be great.
I'm curious about the brig where they're keeping the change. They mentioned that they had them themselves.
I didn't hear about that.
That's something I couldn't find out, unfortunately.
It was something that your parents had mentioned before, I think. The day before.
Yeah, but it's not something that I could just outright ask about.
Well, that's why you have me.
Well, it's
Speaking
much
at this
appreciated.
thing anyway.
What'd you say, Phoenix?
So who's speaking at this thing anyway?
Well, I was hoping, as I mentioned before, that Isha would speak. She has quite the political voice on her. I was hoping that Brandal would speak, considering that he's from the lower district. So he has first-hand experience of it, of most things that go on down there. And then obviously when it comes to the outcasts and those who feel like they don't have a voice, I was hoping that you'd speak as well, Phoenix.
Yeah, that's a stupid idea.
Well,
I agree. I'm not a speaker, Robin. Come on.
I was talking about me, but all right.
no, I understand. I don't understand. I don't see people the same way everyone else sees them. Some people would call that a blessing, some people would call that a curse. And maybe that's on me. So I'm sorry if me mentioning it made you feel uncomfortable.
I'm not sorry. I think you guys are being a couple of bitches.
It's not about being a bitch, but it's about them not trusting who I am. Roy knows. He gestures over to Roy and leans back in his seat.
You think anyone ever trusts a higher up besides their own? Is that any reason to just be complacent and everything?
I didn't say I was complacent. I say they're not going to listen to me.
I think
They're not
you're
going to listen to
complacent.
that half-closed barbarian.
Yeah, and the shabby figure and the big old robe. Super trustworthy words coming out of those two.
Yeah.
So
back to what I was saying earlier. You guys
what
brought
you're
a child back last night.
So what you're saying is I
okay.
picked the wrong people for the job, because it sounds like you guys are being pretty complacent. Oh, you guys can't handle
No, not at all.
a little talk with the nobles. An opportunity people don't always get every day.
Phoenix is just gonna roll his eyes, not that anyone can see, and just kind of gesture at her. Again, not complacent. They're not going to listen to me. My kind are not welcome anywhere.
They're not going to be saying
My words are nothing of the devil.
Oh, you said the word.
I did.
They're not going to be seeing who you are. Yeah, you're a hooded figure. But so is he. Sonny says, pointing to Valkick. Yeah, he's in the castle, friends with Robin, and I assume that half will work. And it sounds like he's gonna be sitting in too. I'm just saying, maybe instead of like just wandering around figuring out where your purpose is, maybe you can start here. Kind of show some balls here so I can know that I'm not picking the wrong person to be helping me with my mission.
First of all, I ain't care about your mission. Second of all,
no, you're still.
I don't know how many times I'm gonna say this, that it's not about balls.
I know. And the next time you question my balls, I'm gonna throw you out of the window. You got that?
How small
You're
are your
doing
balls?
nothing by insulting about how strong or how morally correct we are. In fact, you're just literally just insulting us for no reason when we're shooting you here with pure logic.
Let's throw her out of the window.
I agree. I like this plan.
You can try.
Oh.
I'm just saying. You guys have a chance to make a difference. Everything in history has happened because people were brave enough to actually speak out. But history's been slowing down because people like them are blocking their ears. And instead, you're just more worried about what they're going to think about you.
I'm not worried about that.
You said they
We
won't
are
listen
going
to
to
you
leave
because
a
of what
dent.
you are.
We won't leave a dent.
Okay, so
No,
that's
fine,
a bother.
fine. I'll give it a try. I'll talk to him, but if I'm getting executed at the
No,
devil's
I mean,
hour,
if you
it's
don't
all
wanna
your
try,
fault.
If you don't want to try, that's up to you. She just goes back to eating her breakfast.
You're a disgusting piece of shit, you know that? And he's gonna throw his plate down and go back to his room.
I may call worse.
Misha's just gonna look around for a minute and kind of shake her head and say, don't worry about it too much. Oh my god. His character's name is
Brandle.
Brendel.
So many B names.
I'm like, no, Brolock's wrong, and then someone said Brolock, and I almost said it. God damn it. I'll do most of the heavy lifting there. I have my ways, and she kind of rolls her eyes and looks over at the one that was calling everyone complacent. Can't remember her name now either. I keep saying it wrong on purpose now. So just gonna look at her and just, you know, for someone that's never been in their position before, you have a lot to say about their position. And just turn away and go after FedEx.
I know a lot more than you think, little girl. She kind of says as you're leaving.
You don't even know who your dad is. Slams the door behind her.
This is like the campaign's equivalent of Footless Orphan.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon laughs loudly at that.
Yeah, Sonny
That was for you, buddy.
That was funny. No one ever told me what
I don't
dad
think she
is.
was actually trying to make anyone upset. It was just kind of a throwback. But Isha's gonna go talk to FedEx.
Okay.
He's just gonna be kind of just pacing around in their room with the drapes over the windows, everything closed tight so that he can have his cloak off and let his tail and wings be free before he has to lock everything up again.
As soon as Isha opens the door and sees that, she's gonna quickly shut the door and be like, "No one saw, right?"
No one saw.
Okay, good. I know how you get worried about that, so good. Okay, she's just mean. Just ignore her. She doesn't understand what you're going through. It's gonna be okay. You don't even have to say anything. Robin is kind of a dreamer, and we love that about him or something, but you don't have to do anything you're not comfortable with, FedEx. And don't worry, I'll do most of the talking anyways.
She's gonna give a big sigh and crouch in front of her. It's not that I'm uncomfortable. It's that when they see this, and he's gonna gesture to all of him, it's gonna be nothing about there's a demon in the castle, there's a demon in our rank. We need to get rid of him before he gets rid of us. It's not gonna be about the situation anymore.
If you're not comfortable...
I didn't say I wasn't comfortable. I said that's what the situation's going to turn to if they see me.
Okay, and that's fine. You don't have to talk. If you want to just be there for me, that's great too. Well, then I will feel so much safer. And just so you know, I told Robin my secret because he was acting weird about my ring, so I just told him everything, and he's a little afraid because he says that they're harboring a fugitive. She's gonna look at FedEx really confused.
He's gonna be pinching his nose and taking a deep, steadying breath.
I mean, it's not like I can hide it forever. And I mean, if this is going on everywhere, if the red sky is everywhere, I highly doubt my parents have time to go looking for me right now.
That could be true. Hopefully.
So for the time being, at least, I'm safe. So let's just, yeah, I mean, what are the chances they've even sent anyone out this far?
I wouldn't question it, and I wouldn't doubt it at the same time. But let's just keep our hopes up and try not to tell anybody else.
Isha's gonna smile and look at FedEx and say, "You do realize that would mean they would have to admit that they're perfect. That they're perfect general..." Whoops, sorry.
No, that's fine. Just OBS disconnected for a moment. Looks like we're back on.
Okay.